Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the RPG Exploration Society here on Saving Throw Show.
Yay!
I am your host and master control for the evening, Tom Lommel. Welcome aboard. Glad to be back in the captain's chair, as it were. We've got a very exciting night planned here tonight. I don't know that it's planned. Set up.
I didn't do anything.
Let's go around the table and welcome our crew of intrepid paranormal investigators. To my right, your left, it's on the screen. It's Eric Reichert, everyone.
Yay!
That's scary.
All right.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome on in. It's I'm ready to play this game.
Eric, have you ever had a paranormal or unnatural encounter in real life?
Ooh, I don't believe ghosts are real.
Oh, you're wrong. Oh.
I'm wrong about so many things.
That's true.
Mostly
the ghost thing, though.
Have you ever been creeped out by something unexplained?
No.
No?
I'm a boring milquetoast person.
Milquetoast?
What a great
That's
word.
not true. You have very strong opinions about croissants.
That is true. I'm a croissant snob, which makes me even worse.
I did not think you were going to say
Do you know-
snob.
Do you know where the word milquetoast comes from? An
Your mom?
old not my mom, an old 1940s or like early 1920s cartoon in newspapers, and the guy's name was Milquetoast, and he was just he was a doormat and just was like walked over by his wife, his
I thought you
company.
meant literally.
No, he was this man, and he was just like,
I'm milquetoast the doormat.
yeah.
Welcome on in.
It was,
my God.
It's really funny if you look up those cartoons. That's where it comes from.
So not me is what she's saying.
Definitely not Eric. No,
Yeah.
you're not an updated milquetoast for the
Ding, ding,
21st
doormat.
century. Hey, everyone. Someone who is never a doormat, Havana Mahoney.
Oh, never a doormat, always a door.
Slam!
Excuse me.
Pardon me.
Megs and I did go to IKEA today, and at least 5 people ran into me, and I was like, do I exist? Can you just double check?
Have you turned 35 yet?
Make
Women
sure.
who turn 35 do not.
They are invisible. They might as well be ghosts. On brand today. But hello. Hi, I'm here.
What do you believe in ghosts?
Yes!
Have you had a ghost encounter?
No.
Have you had a Bigfoot encounter?
No. God, I would die. If an 8-foot tall, like,
Missing link showed
Yeah.
up and
So,
I would have no chill, 0 chill.
my wife, Lindsay,
My way.
I said her name, loves spooky stuff, but it can't be too spooky. So she's always into borderline spooky stuff like Bigfoot. She watches Ghost Adventures, that Zach Baggins
Ghost Adventures is so bro-y, it's insane. Like, how did they make ghost hunting bro-y?
But it's
They
also
did it.
it's bro-y in a way where it's like bros can cry. Because like almost every episode, it's like, I'm feeling a lot of really heavy energy here, man.
Except for Zach, who's always has 20 times more testosterone than anyone in the whole world, and it's like, I will fight this ghost!
What is this show? Is it an animated show?
No,
That's
it's a real life.
television show.
It's a real
reality.
life.
about a bunch of dudes who go hunt ghosts in between, working out.
Yeah, in between pumping iron and getting laid.
If that. They don't show the pumping iron and getting laid parts.
They
but
should. I called them.
That's on the
I said.
Patreon.
Yes, the extra content.
Very good.
That extra content.
Amy Vorpahl, everyone.
Yeah.
Amy, you
Here we
believe in
go.
ghosts. Tell me you believe in
Yeah,
ghosts.
all right. I believe in ghosts. I also believe in angels and miracles. So
Have you had an encounter with an angel
I've had an
or had a
encounter
miracle in your life?
with ghosts, angels, and miracles.
Ooh, what about a ghost angel?
A ghost angel
Performing a miracle.
What
Ooh.
about a miracle ghost?
A miracle ghost
All ghosts are
is an
miracles.
angel.
That's real.
Yeah. There was the most recent one I did. I was at a friend's house and we did. I don't recommend this to anybody. We did like 6 hours of like
Ayahuasca.
tarot, the candle thing, crystal, like all this stuff that she. Anyway, we did like 6 hours of it, and then at the very end, I was getting ready to leave, and a shadow of a woman ran across the wall. And I was like, I freaked out. I sat on a dog, and then it happened one more time because we were looking outside of like, oh well, what if someone had passed and there was no explanation for it, and I was like. And my friend was like, "This is great. Like, she's got all the stuff. She's like, the ghosts in my house when they make an appearance, I have an agreement with them that they can only be doing fun or pranks or like something that's funny or comedy. So this isn't a bad ghost. She was just trying to scare you. She spooked you. She did. And I was like, all right, is there tell her not to follow me home. like I get it. Like very, very funny, hilarious, but also it's not for me, man. Like, and so it was this like very immersive experience, and then it ended with like probably the worst ending that I could have prescribed.
How is the dog? That's the real question.
The dog is good, even though my ass is chunky. The dog is pretty, or in a good way, thick. Okay. Yeah, so dog was great. Dog was great. They never expected.
The dog turned around and went, "Thank you, ma'am."
Yeah.
So there's one theory that circulates in the paranormal cryptid circles that says that the reason that we don't have like more photographic proof of like Bigfoot and stuff like that is that all of the Bigfoots are Nephilim. They're actually angels here on Earth. And they're among us, and they've interbred with people, and that's why you can't take pictures, or why it's so easy for them to sort of slip around unseen is because they're...
Counter argument, they're not real.
Ooh, boo!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Welcome. Buzzkill Eric is here.
What a milquetoast.
Let's turn things around. Joining us this evening, Nega Oryx is here. Are Bigfoot real?
I mean, I wouldn't know. They haven't verified with me personally. I like to think I'm agnostic in all of these things. Like, I don't position myself to know or not know, you know?
Okay.
That's really smart.
All right. Okay.
Ask
all right.
her about the basilisk.
No, we don't talk about that. Sorry.
I'm curious what sort of process is involved in getting Nega Oryx verified. Like, I want to get that blue check mark. What needs to happen?
It's a long, arduous process. You do have to stand in some long lines, fill out some forms.
Back
and
to
then
Patreon.
when you turn them in, you're instructed that you filled out the wrong forms, you were standing in the wrong line, and you start the process again. It's a whole thing.
Also,
That
you have
sounds-
to brush my hair for 24
and
hours.
tell me I'm pretty.
Yeah.
All of that sounds curiously like InSpectres, the game we're going to be playing this fine evening.
But before we do, Tom,
Yes.
did you just decide you were going to pronounce it Patreon, and then when you realized everyone else was pronouncing it differently, you just leaned in?
No, it's Patreon.
Okay, great.
It's based on the word patron, so it should be
Right. Patreon.
It should be Patreon.
Patreon, which is how I've
Patreon.
always heard it said.
It's run
Patreon.
by a bunch of dickheaded
Patreon.
dudes, so it's named after the patriarchy, so it's
What?
Patreon.
Oh, I see. Okay, this was a joke. Okay.
Is there-
I was like, watch it! Sammy Girl has one.
Unsubscribe to our Patreon and
Come at me, dude, from
resubscribe to our
Pamplemousse, I
Matreon.
dare you. Whatever. I'm not
But like,
scared.
are we making the Matreon? Is that a thing we're doing?
Yeah, let's get that going.
With the matriarch.
Tom, start a Matreon.
Start a Yatreon.
Listen, you white man, start the Matreon.
You-
Start a Yatreon.
If you pay
Everybody can be in charge.
$5 a month, you get to
This
talk
is
to
fun,
my mom on the phone for half an hour once every month. That's our Matreon. Hey,
Mommy Llama! Mommy Llama!
Mommy Lami. I have to leave and never return.
I'm not going to follow that up. All right. So our game this evening is called InSpectres. You can find it at InSpectres.com under their role-playing games tab.
French.
It's one of the first story games to really kind of come on the scene. It was first published in 2002, and it's been around for a long time. I just discovered it last year at Big Bad Con, so it's new to me and new to everyone else here. The premise is that you are a crew of
Scooby-Doos.
Ghostbusters.
Oh.
You can have Scooby-Doo like attributes if you so choose.
I
but
will
you are
be a dog on this.
Actually, professional, certified paranormal investigators.
The Winchesters.
in our fictional world of InSpectres, paranormal creatures and phenomenon are real. They're part of what happens in the world. But fortunately, the InSpectres agents are there to kind of clean things up. So if you want to think of it as Ghostbusters or Men in Black, it's sort of that sort of thing. Except that everybody knows about InSpectres. Like, that's who you call. It's like when your basement floods, you call Service Master. Instead, you call InSpectres. InSpectres Incorporated is a franchised business with offices nationwide. That means each franchise office kind of is run according to the standards of that particular management and the investment of the particular group of investors, whoever owns that franchise, right? So it can be a really fancy, well-equipped type of endeavor, or it can be just sort of a shoestring affair, right? So that's part of it. The other angle on play, which I think you will find interesting, is that there's also a reality show being filmed about your group of InSpectres, which means the entire time you're not just pursuing whatever mystery or phenomenon you're trying to investigate, but you also have a camera crew following you around recording this. What that means is we're not actually watching the adventure as it unfolds. The conceit here is that we're watching an episode of the InSpectres TV show, which means that when you're so inclined, generally like once per scene, we can cut away from whatever the current action is and go to a one-on-one confessional shot.
Oh,
I thought things were bad when we got pulled over in the van, but then Havana punched the cop in the face and we got away. She's so reckless. So we did two things. One, we jumped ahead in time. We don't have to play out the rest of this scene where the cops pull us over. It's assumed that that's sort of resolved. Although, I'm not going to let you get away with. And then we killed the monster. Like, it doesn't work that way, obviously.
no power game.
But also, you'll notice that I said, Havana's so reckless. You now get to write down on your character sheet.
Ooh, I'm reckless.
I'm reckless, and that gives you a little bit of a characteristic you can now play off.
Cut to me throwing a rock.
Yes, Bondo's in for $10 tonight. Friends, if you look on what I lovingly refer to, SF Giants 49ers also in for a donation. Thank you very much. If you look upon what I lovingly refer to as the ladder of joy. Or you just hit exclamation point, unlocks? Are we still unlocks? I'm sure we are. You'll see some things that you can use to help upgrade our team of adventurers and give them additional resources in order to combat whatever mysterious foe they will be encountering this evening. So, please.
Why do you call it the Ladder of Joy?
Because sometimes things get better for you guys and sometimes things get worse. And that's the part that brings me joy.
Got it.
Yes. And thank you, Modern Chow, for a donation. So that unlocks our first franchise upgrade. Very good. Very good. All right.
Ghost dog.
Let's do. I guess we'll burn through these rerolls because there are a lot of them.
Yay! Thanks everybody.
So Angry Chef gives one to Havana.
Thank you.
Thanks, Angry
Modern
Chef.
Chow sends one to the table.
Thanks, Modern Chow.
Wraith and Perfect Cosima send one to Havana each. So that's
Thank
two
you,
more.
Cosima and Wraith.
B. Duluth sends one reroll to each player.
Holy cow! Thanks, B. Duluth. How'd you manage that?
That's you.
Tier 3 sub.
That's you.
Oh, tier 3 sub?
I'm gonna put mine for the table here.
Gojira sends one to Havana.
Thanks, Gojira.
Nemisar sends one reroll to Amy Vorpal.
Thank you, Nemisar.
Papa Data S and Jonana Bonana and Slime Girl Squish send rerolls to Havana.
Yay, thanks all y'all.
3 more on the dog pile.
Thank you so much.
And RSV Rare Voss sends one reroll to Eric Reichert.
Yay.
So, Nemisar, thank you so much.
Oh, boy.
$50.
Thank you, Nemisar.
Very good. Well on our way to an upgrade. So, with that in mind, we're going to do character creation. It is not particularly complicated or difficult, but it does require a little bit of your intention. Here are your character sheets. Blank character sheets, I should add.
I see, you know what I see when I look at this sheet? Potential.
Potential. That's what I like. All right. So the way that the game basically works is You roll dice you have a dice pool for each of your abilities. Does anybody need a pen or a pencil?
I want it.
Yeah, pass it around. So a couple things to keep in mind. First of all, you have come to InSpectres Incorporated from some other career, from some other probably normie kind of job that you used to hold, and you should decide what that you were in your either current or previous, profession. You should also think about maybe what your background is in terms of like, let's put it this way. So if you were a professional cosplayer, that might inform a little bit of like, oh, let's see, a professional cosplayer would have the ability to like stitch clothes together. They might be really detail oriented, like da-da-da-da. Like that's something that you can kind of like put your mind around, play with a little bit, right? In terms of how the mechanics work, you have basically 4 abilities. Academics, which represents your brains, knowledge, research, theories, problem solving, that sort of stuff. These are pretty big buckets. Athletics is anything like hands-on physical, running, swimming, hiding, punching, shooting firearms, like that sort of physical coordination and exertion. Technology would be anything from hacking a computer to building your own small robot to firing experimental weapons that you might use in hunting ghosts or cryptids or whatever. That falls under technology. And then finally, contact is your ability to interact with civilians, either get information from them or convince them to do something or whatever. It also represents your broad network of contacts. So if you're like, hey, we need a permit from the city. Oh, let me roll contact. Let's see if I know somebody. You roll. Okay. You have 9 dice to put into these 4 categories. No category can have more than 4 dice in it maximum. And no category can have less than 1. So you have to put a minimum of 1 in everything. How this resolves, let's say I want to punch the mechanical cyborg ape in the face because it's bearing down on me. I would make a skill roll. If I had 3 dice in athletics, I would roll 3 dice. I'm gonna take your dice. And I take the highest number out of everything that I roll. Oh, great, I got a 6. Now, this game is different in that the responsibility for the narrative is shared between the players and the GM. So if you roll really well, like a 6, amazing. You get to describe the result. You get to decide what happens. Okay, I reel back and I punch the ape so hard that I dent its chest plate and I send it flying across the room. Terrific. Conversely, if you roll really badly, the narrative swings over to me as the GM and I get to decide what happens to your character. In between, there's sort of a spectrum where you might get a good result, but there has to be something sort of negative or humorous involved in what happens. So that's the way that it works, right? So the point of all of this being that if you decide whatever you decide to put a lot of dice in, that's what you're best at, right? So if you decide, I want to be even on everything and I'm just going to put 2, 2, 2 in everything, or 2, 2, and 3, that's fine. If you want to be really good at academics, you might put 4 in that, but then you're probably going to have to put 1 in something else, right? A skill of 1 is you're not very good at that. Okay? So that's the basics of the system. Decide your name, decide any nicknames or aliases that you might go under, and decide how many dice, put that in the max side. Because as you take stress in this game, you can lose dice off of your abilities. So let's start there.
Personnel file number, does that mean anything?
Yes, yeah, you should make sure that your personnel file number is accurate.
Oh, wait, I should put that.
Okay.
Oh, this eraser does not work.
What did you say the max number was for the dice again?
4. So you have 9 total.
9 total. Okay.
Yeah,
We have 9.
You have 9 total.
Well, I mean, you don't
have
need
6.
need that
Okay.
many dice. It's just like that's how many points you have.
I really want that many though.
Yeah, you might get there. So,
Put them in max.
Yeah, that's what I erased.
yeah, I'll explain the rest of it once we sort of get going.
Hello?
Hello.
You're just my eraser.
Wow.
Listen, Eric.
So while they're doing that, I want to mention one other thing. I brought with me supposedly it's a dented copy, but I don't really see what's wrong with it. I do social media for Evil Hat, and we have a new collaborative story building game coming out called For the Queen. The basic premise is that your country has been at war for many years. The queen of the country is going on a journey to broker a peace with the enemy that you're locked in combat with, and you are part of her entourage. It's a collaborative story building game. So through a series of question prompts, you collaboratively sort of like decide what your relationship is with the queen, what the source of the conflict is, etc. And then ultimately, the game comes to a dramatic conclusion when the final card is turned over, which says the queen is under attack. Do you defend her or not? And it's a cool, very light, if you want to introduce your friends to role-playing without having to worry about mechanics or anything like that. It's a very cool, easy, lightweight game that kind of you can throttle to, I want to play this for half an hour, I want to play this for an hour. And we're going to give away a copy. So anybody who donates $2 tonight gets one. Each $2 that you donate will give you one chance to win this copy of For the Queen. It's not out yet. It comes out on June 11th. So this is sort of a little sneak preview.
It's exclusive.
We better not see that on eBay.
No. I mean, it's. I can't remember how much it's going to go for.
I'll bet you $5.
I think it's $20.
You don't remember to check. Okay.
I love eBay.
Yeah, I'll set a reminder.
BSB cares him for $9. Very good. All right. Is everybody feel pretty good about where they're at with their characters so far?
Oh, okay. But current stress and current cool start at 0.
0. Yes, those are zeros.
Eric's copying my sheet.
That's typical.
She was looking at mine, and then I had to change my stats because she yelled at me.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
We were making the same character.
Sounds about right. What?
Are we all making the same character?
I did just sneak a peek.
We
over
did
it now,
maybe
guys.
look at this a little bit.
Yeah,
But
we've got the same numbers, but in different categories.
Oh, well then that's
So we're not.
it's totally fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's time for.
What are the positions called?
Whatever you want.
Doggy style.
Amy.
We all know you call it dragon style.
I know one person who likes a doggy style, and that guy is named Wugget.
Oh,
Inside jokes.
deep
You don't
cut.
get that. But
That just sounded real weird to me.
it
It is weird, actually.
We could explain it, and it wouldn't make sense.
so
I'm not
good.
saying it's not weird.
It's one of those things that was like, we made a shirt of that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
I know.
It's not a
Love
cuss
it.
if the C is missing.
Very good. Hey, everyone. It's time for our job interview. Everyone's applying to InSpectres Incorporated. Hi, I didn't get your name. I'm sorry. Step into my office. I'm Gary Norman.
Olive Kaczynski, it's so nice to meet you.
That's a very firm handshake.
Oh my god,
Olive.
thank you so much.
I appreciate how forward you are.
Thank you.
So what particular skills do you bring to InSpectres Incorporated?
I think I'm really like a go-getter. You know, I take initiative with everything I do. I've always been really, what's that one word where like you motivate yourself for stuff?
Self-motivated.
I've always been super self-motivated and really good with words too. I'm like really wordy. And that, so like good with people, is that count? Is that one?
That's very important. You know, we are a customer service organization. We have to deal with the public. That's who hires us after all. So it's important to have a public face on the company that can represent us. What would you say is your biggest weakness?
Do I have to be here before like 11? Because sometimes I just like, I kind of like have trouble sleeping at night sometimes. And I just don't know if I could actually like, I don't know, it just kind of seems a little early if you open before that. I mean, isn't like ghost stuff happening at night anyway?
I'm just being me as a character because that is really rude.
So sometimes it's important to have the office open at 9 o'clock, but I do have to tell you that because we deal with a variety of paranormal activity, we do are out till all hours. Sometimes most of our work is done after the sun sets till the wee hours of the morning. So if you're not a morning person, I'm sure we can find a place for you.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm like really good with people. So like, if you want me on the front desk and you want me answering phones, I can just route that through my cell phone. Laying in bed, I'll take those calls when I'm getting ready. Nobody has to know the difference. I used to do it all the time before I dropped out of college.
Okay, noted. So finally, hypothetically, let's just say that I was a conniving, bloodthirsty vampire who's trying to put you under my thrall. What would you do in that situation?
Oh my god, like a vampire's into me?
Well, I mean, for purposes of like mind control and to grow his base of minions so that he would have complete domination over the city and stuff.
But like, does he have like a car?
I assume he probably has access to a car, some sort of vehicle, maybe a hearse.
God. I thought I was coming on a job interview. I didn't know I was like also gonna find someone.
Just to
This
be
is so
clear, Olive,
exciting.
I'm not actually a vampire.
It's exactly
Then, like, why would you say that?
Excuse me.
It was a hypothetical. It was just okay. Great. Well, I think we can find a place for you within our organization. So welcome aboard.
Oh my god, thank you so much. I'm like so excited.
That's great.
you.
You're welcome. Okay, terrific. All right, very
What
good.
was your past job?
So, when I was in college, I was studying fashion design, but I kept looking at all this stuff like laces for shoes or like buttons that we wear on clothes, and I kept thinking to myself, like, there's gotta be something easier, faster, more removable. So like I dropped out to try and make something, and then I found out this thing called Velcro exists, and it's already been made. Nothing?
Nothing.
All right, welcome aboard.
Oh
Thank
my
you
god.
so much.
Oh.
Next,
That's me. My name is Madriana Essenberg. Very nice to meet you.
Madriana. I'm sorry. How do you spell that?
Madriana is Madriana.
Madriana Messenberg?
Essenberg
Essenberg.
means
Okay.
eating town in German.
Okay, I'm not legally allowed to ask about your background or ethnicity, so that's nice to.
Just have me say it? Sure.
Hi. Madriana, what would you say is your biggest strength?
My biggest strength is talking really fast and getting to the point quick.
Oh, terrific. Well, that's important. You know, in our line of work, sometimes people just aren't very forthcoming, and so we need somebody who's a straight shooter like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about a time that you made a mistake.
Great. So I was working as a hostess at Super Salad, which is a buffet place that serves soup, salad, and then lots of other carbs. And I was supposed to be promoting the new cup that we had where you can pay an extra 20 cents to take it with you. But unfortunately, I forgot to do that. And it was at the time when it was a secret shopper. So I got a demerit.
Oh, did they suspend you or?
Nope, just a demerit. It was very reversible. It was almost no stakes, but it made me feel bad.
Okay, how did you deal with that feeling of inadequacy?
I never stopped asking people if they wanted a 20-cent increase for a month. I never forgot one ever again. I never forgot.
But you only worked there for one more month and then...
No, I worked there for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the deal was over in a month. I'm also really good at knowing what the discounts are and telling you and like giving it to you with a smile and making you think that, hey, you want this discount.
I'm sold already, I have to admit. Hypothetically, let's just say that I was a vicious, bloodthirsty werewolf who was about to leap over this table and go on a brutal rampage. How would you handle that?
I would give you a table of pros and cons, and hopefully you would see that your actions have consequences, and maybe that, yeah, I would tell you exactly. I would give you the stats, man. Numbers speak for themselves.
Oh, okay, great. What if the numbers say the moon is starting to become full and there's nothing I can do to control my murderous rage?
Look you deep in your throat and say...
Deep in your throat.
Say, Mr. Werewolf.
Look you deep in your throat and ask you if that's really what you wanted, because I know that there's a person somewhere down there.
Oh, all right. Well, that's an appeal to humanity. Sometimes
The other thing I can do is I'm really good at taking people's orders, and so operating this touchscreen is really great. So I can assess the danger really quickly, and if the danger is, like you said, too much, I can GTFO real quick, tell everyone to GTFO,
Sure.
and that's really all I can do.
I mean, some of our franchisees do have a drive-up window, so maybe that will come into play.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, Madriana, welcome aboard, InSpectres. I'm sure we'll be able to find a place for you here.
Thank you very much.
Terrific. All right. Next. Hi.
Hi.
I'm Gary Norman.
I am I'm October Jones.
Oh no.
I'm also October 51 on most of the forums, if you might recognize me from there.
I'm sorry, your first name was what again?
October?
October. That's unusual. Very good.
It's just a month. It's when Halloween happens.
Sure. I haven't met a lot of people who are named after months except for my Aunt June.
Yeah, someone could also be named August or September.
I've never met
Or
anyone
October.
named September. Oh, October. Very good. October. Well, given your attitude and abilities, where do you see yourself in 5 years if you were to come aboard InSpectres Incorporated here?
Well, I'm 15, so I'll probably be graduating from MIT by then. And because I'm already taking their online classes as of right now, so I imagine I'll be finished up with their robotics and programming departments by that time. So I don't know.
So you clearly see yourself a graduate of MIT, and possibly are you thinking about going to some sort of incubator startup or?
Well, I don't know. I think did we make the same character? Okay.
No, I was laughing at Amy.
I think, I just want to really follow my passions of, like, cryptozoology and, the paranormal and extraterrestrial. So I might start my own business, or, if things go well here at InSpectre and you hire me and then I move up in the program, who knows?
Have you had any paranormal encounters of yourself?
I have tried a lot, but, things such as that can be fleeting, as I'm sure you're aware.
If I were to, I don't know, call up one of your professors, what would they say your biggest weakness is?
Well, I took all my classes online, so none of them have met me.
Okay.
So,
If I were to say,
I have my grade point average is 5. So,
that's impressive.
I don't know what they would say. They would probably say October. I don't know a lot of Octobers.
That's funny because that's what I said.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember. I was there too. You said your aunt's name is June.
If I were to, I don't know, reach out to one of your internet
Hi,
friends
Mom.
on the message boards, what would they say your biggest weakness is?
Well, I'm an admin on most of the forums, so they would probably say a lot of mean things about me because I'm the one that deletes their posts when they're inaccurate or inane.
Yeah.
So they would probably say, they would probably call me a bitch.
Have you ever had to ban someone?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I don't like it. I don't want to be mean, but sometimes,
Yeah.
people are trying to say something about Bigfoot, and you're like, no, that's scientifically impossible, and also it's been proven by a number of evidence it's not true. You can't say that here. You can't.
Yeah. No, I understand. It seems like you're very emotionally attached to the premise of our company.
Right,
here.
yeah. If it turned out he was my brother, I would be very happy. I would love him. Like my own brother.
Are
he
you
would be
saying
my
your
brother.
actual brother, or if you had a brother and it turned out to be Bigfoot, that would be great.
I would know, sir.
Noted.
And I'm an only child.
Makes sense.
But, if. It's a hypothetical.
Well, you wouldn't be an only child if Bigfoot turned out to be your brother, right?
Right.
Right. Hypothetically, let's just say that I was a gray alien from the Carina Nebula and I was attempting to infiltrate and control key leaders in human society. How would you go about dealing with that situation? How would you respond?
Trick question, because they are from the Kiefer Nebula.
Got me on that one. Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody did their research.
Wow.
I appreciate
How many people have fallen for that one?
You would be surprised how many
So
people don't
obvious.
know that the Greys are from the Kiefer Nebula.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're going to find a room for you on the team there,
Oh, I don't
October.
touch,
You don't touch
yeah.
people?
No.
Okay, that's fair. You wouldn't be the only one on the team. I'm just going to make a note on your file.
Can you put my screen name on there as well?
Your screen name. I'm sorry, what was that again?
It's Octobear51. A very underrated cryptozoological creature. Also, it sounds like my name, October,
51.
like the month.
Yeah. Terrific. Well, welcome aboard, Inspectors Incorporated.
Just put it down. I'll thank you.
Great. All right. Don't like to be handed things. Cool. I think we have one more candidate out there.
Oh, is it me?
Oh,
Hi. Super. Quentin Ruxpin.
Quentin Ruxman. Oh, okay.
Ruxpin.
Quentin. Ruxpin?
Like the teddy bear.
I couldn't say either way.
You're not familiar with, you don't get that all the
I
time?
can't say it, no.
You've never heard of Teddy Ruxpin? It's you put a cassette in and the lips move?
No.
Not.
No.
Well, okay. Quentin, where do you see yourself fitting into the Inspectors Incorporated organization?
I mean, I see myself in somewhat of a leadership role as a tenured professor. You know, I find that I feel like I'm best when I'm like looking over young minds and sending people out and giving jobs and tasks and that sort.
Oh God.
Are you? Would you consider yourself not a very hands-on kind of person? Do you enjoy the authority of delegating, or are
It's
you
not
in the
that-
trenches with your troops?
It's not that I enjoy the authority. It's just that some people are born to it. You know, some people are born above others. You know, if literature has taught us anything.
English, British.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Why don't you? Can you tell me about a time when you weren't a team player, and what you learned from that experience?
Well, you know, as a professor, you know, you have to sometimes let the children down with you know, with the grades if they don't perform, and you know, many people, especially young women, will throw themselves at me. Please, professor, give anything, and I have to say no. I have to let them down. I have to say I'm sorry. I can't allow this as much as I would want to, as a man, any man would. I have to stay focused on. You know, I would never, if any, never. You know.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry. What part of that was you not being a team player? Was you're disappointing the ladies who
Yes,
are your students?
Anyone. That was just an example of
Sure.
just be.
And what you learned from that is that your ethical code prevents you from
Yes.
dipping your wick or.
Yeah, if the
Yikes!
Hit me.
Yeah. Just stepping into it.
Very good. I guess that's a lesson for us all. So, hypothetically, let's just say that I was 3 hyper-intelligent raccoons piloting an elaborate puppet made of human skin. How would you deal with that sort of situation?
Well, it's funny. That reminds me. It's a lot of. Have you read Animal Farm? I mean, most people have. It's an interesting allegory about communism. You know, when you really look deep down at what Orwell was trying to say with all of that, is that you know, deep down we can all be fooled.
Yeah. Sometimes we want authority to fill the uncertainty of our own lives.
Yeah. Sometimes we like to believe that in the best in our leaders.
Even if it turns out they're just 3 raccoons in a human skin suit. Mm-hmm. Fair. Well, welcome aboard. I really feel like you've got kind of the qualifications that we're looking for, especially with some of our recent candidates who just sort of seem rudderless, you know, just no direction whatsoever. So I'm sure this will work out great. All right, those are our player characters. Welcome aboard, everybody. You've all been assigned to the same Inspectres franchise. Now, the great part about this game is you get to world build in terms of what that means. So, what do you think? First of all, let's start with what city do you think you're all in? What do you think you've been assigned? Either you've been assigned to, or
Quebec. Yes, and
okay, all right.
Which
so,
we definitely know where exactly that is.
I don't know a lot about Quebec, but
They speak both French and
English, and
So do we, all of us. So
they've got that donut shop.
Poutine.
Fred.
well, the four of us all.
Fred.
Oh.
Fred Donuts.
Yeah.
Fred's, no.
I don't remember the last thing. It's like Fred.
It's called like Fred's Poppers.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have to
Fred's
understand all
Holes.
four of us speak French, but our characters don't, so we have to pretend like we don't for
Right.
the purposes of
Yeah.
this game.
Character building. It's
yeah.
called
What is it
character building.
called?
It's called Milton's.
Fred.
It's not Fred.
Is it not?
It's got the donut holes that are real good. There's so many Canadians in this show.
Yeah. Okay.
Dunkin' Donuts. It's the Dunkin' Donuts equivalent, but better.
Tim Hortons.
Tim
Tim
Hortons.
Hortons! Fred Hortons.
Never would have gotten that from Fred. So confused.
All right,
I was pretty close with Milton.
I was
I just
gonna
got
say
it.
Timbits. That's
Timbits.
what they're famous
Tim
for.
Hortons. Got it,
Timbits.
got
That's what I said.
Tim's Bits.
Although
Tim's Bitties.
Quebec is a little bit more famous for their Montreal smoked meat and their poutine.
I did say poutine.
Yeah, very good. All right, great. We've now listed everything that we know about Quebec.
I've been to Montreal, and there is a subway system there that we traveled on.
This also doesn't have to be in Quebec.
You said it, and I don't have a better idea. Yeah.
What about Detroit?
I don't know.
I know too
I think
much
that's
about
a
that
really
place.
good plan B if Quebec doesn't work.
You tell me. It's your franchise. Where do you want your franchise
let's
to be
go
located?
plan A.
Quebec.
Well, I mean, we're pretty close to the border, so we could go back. We can visit Detroit if we ever need to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quebec,
Which we do need to.
Quebec is not actually like a city. You have to pick a city within Quebec. Is
I
kind
don't
of the
know
problem, right?
any city.
It's like saying like where are you
Is it
located?
not a city?
Arizona.
Yeah, I had no idea it was not.
It's its own province, right?
Is
It's
it
a
like a fair?
What you got? What you got written down there? Poutine. What
Let's
about,
start over.
What
Throw
about
it away.
Poutine Town?
Throw it away, Tom. All we have is Timbits, and we're not speaking French.
I love it. Though.
How about Detroit?
Okay, fine. Detroit.
Detroit.
It's
Detroit.
a hellhole.
It's actually pretty.
But the housing market is great because it's a hellhole.
Detroit? Can this Detroit have a slew of Tim Hortons?
One
Sure,
Tim Hortons.
It has a Tim Hortons.
It has a Tim Hortons.
It's the only good
Detroit.
thing about the city.
I'm pretty sure Detroit does.
My
have Tim
fantasy
Hortons.
city.
Pretty sure there is.
Okay.
Tim
All
Hortons
right,
in Detroit.
but then write that down.
All right, so you're in Detroit. Here's my question: is how well funded or organized is your particular franchise? Is it like
What's
is it the
Detroit?
four of you and maybe one or two people? Is it like you're part of like 20 people? Is it an even bigger
I
operation?
have a
than that?
suggestion. What if it's like it is old school? It is old and kind of shitty, but it just got new money, and it's like those Capital One cafes that they're trying to do, where it's like all of a sudden it's like not just a bank. We'll also let you like have a coffee and like.
So you think
stick
our outlet
around.
is in a bank?
Like it just no like it has its own store, but it was shitty, and then it just got a like big investor.
I mean,
to
so, like,
commit
Detroit
to
has
like
those-
some weird combo meal.
To piggyback on this, what if we are in like those malls that are just going out of business? What if we're in one of those like malls and it's like decrepit and all the stores are closing, but our outlet
Yes.
is like really nice?
Yes, it's
All right.
really nice and yeah, there's like an attached. All of a sudden, it's an attached cafe,
And it's
Like a Barnes and Noble.
our
or
parking.
the Tim Hortons.
We're the Tim Hortons is attached.
Tim Hortons is right.
Okay, noted.
And
Our boss is Canadian.
the parking structure is that one that's in that old movie theater. So the top level of the parking structure still has the movie theater facade.
Oh,
a-
I like
Wait,
that.
what?
Yep.
It just looks
there's like this old movie theater with this beautiful roof that they hollowed out and made a parking structure. And they kept the roof. It still exists.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so
In Detroit?
sad.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Okay.
And they could have just straight tore it down, I guess.
So it's like there's a mural of angels and stuff on.
Yeah,
the
there's
roof?
like if you go into like the Pantages, it's like that level of filigree and stuff like that on the roof
So you
of
have
this.
to like
parking
avoid the
garage.
chandelier.
It's a mess.
So
what we're saying.
let me just back up and understand. Is the franchise itself new, or is it that the franchise was old and kind of like dying out, and then some new investor came in and took it over?
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is this
Canadian.
is this boss very involved in
Ryan
the day to
Gosling
day?
is throwing a lot of money in Detroit.
It's Ryan Gosling. our
Ryan Gosling
Canadian
is your boss. Ryan Gosling is your boss. Okay.
And is he very involved? Absolutely. He is always there, Tom.
It's because he's in love with Madrina.
He keeps trying
Madriana?
to Madriana, and but he does keep trying to have sex with him, but he won't bite.
I won't do it.
Yeah, your ethics, your morals. All right.
If anyone says I would, a bold-faced lie.
All right. Ryan Gosling is the main investor behind your
And he tap
InSpectres
dances all over the place.
franchise.
And we always say, that's very loud, sir. Stop.
Very good.
Oh wait, does your face make expressions? I can't tell.
Is there a
Jack White tried to invest, but we were like, no thanks.
now you've probably been together for a few months at least. Is there a particular type of paranormal activity that you regularly get called out on, or is there perhaps one particular case that made the newspaper that you dealt with that would be sort of like the signature accomplishment?
What about sentient animals?
So there's a lot of like talking deer and like smart goats, or what?
I would say that,
Smart goats.
yeah, that because of all of the land that's going unused, some sort of weird like forest fae or like retaking parts of Detroit.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay.
You tried to make us not play D&D, and yet here we are.
It could also be, there's so many abandoned buildings in Detroit, which means there's lots of ghosts. So what if the ghosts are possessing the animals?
That could be.
Oh, that's really
Spiritual
great.
animal possession.
And
So
Detroit-
it's like murderers are trapped in bunny rabbits and stuff.
Ooh. And isn't Detroit known for its automobile
it's a
building?
Huge,
Or manufacturing?
They're also
It was,
possessing
yeah.
cars.
Yes, sentient vehicles.
Knight Rider.
I was thinking more Christine.
I was
but-
just gonna say Christine, yeah.
And I was thinking Transformers.
Well, we're all right.
Three kinds of
Well, there's three kinds of ghosts. There's the Christines, there's the Knight Riders, and the Transformers.
Okay. Very good.
Ooh, and
so,
the TV's like Poltergeist. Is that what happens in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Never saw that.
that's how they talk to the ghosts.
okay.
Doesn't she go in there?
Very good. Well, I feel like we have a pretty good handle on what your franchise is like, except for what everybody's job title is. So I'm going to assume that Quentin are you the full-on manager or are you the assistant manager?
Oh, because your whole thing was just micromanaging.
Yeah. I would say, some managerial stuff, just from seniority, from being the oldest amongst them.
But we do have October, who literally is an administrator on a bunch of things.
Yeah, but
So maybe they can share the
I'm like a 60-year-old white dude in a tweed coat.
So
am I.
you're saying you're naturally in charge based on that?
I'm saying he would push
Based
himself.
on Detroit law.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like there's the extra humiliation though of just being the assistant manager and not the.
Oh, yeah,
not the-
middle
Oh
management
yeah,
is-
yeah. That's.
But you
what-
act like you're.
I act like I'm really
you're
in
the
charge.
boss. You act like you own the franchise.
Yeah.
When Ryan Gosling's not here, I am fully in charge.
I am Ryan's literal right hand.
I want to throw it out to the table because Ryan Gosling obviously isn't the manager. Who's the manager? What's
what
that
is he?
person?
Oh,
Is
it's
he
Jack
adjusting?
White.
Yeah.
Is Drake Canadian as well?
Yes.
Yes.
We're not in Canada.
I'm just saying. We're not Canadians.
Yeah, but Jack White's all over Detroit too.
What if it's just some guy named? What if it's some woman named Stevie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I love a Stevie.
How
love
old is
her.
Stevie?
Stevie's a hip 35.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a problem for Quentin, but he tries to make it seem like it's not.
He's a younger woman
Yeah.
that is
His
in charge
boss.
of you.
All right.
It's
very good.
literally Stevie Nicks, but
But she's 35.
Yeah.
She's
she's a vampire. Yeah.
and she's a vampire.
And she knows everything about Canada. She's not Canadian.
She
She
speaks
just-
French for sure.
She's an enthusiast.
She's a Canadian apologist. Why does Canada need to apologize?
What do you think October's job title is?
I'm a cryptozoological, extraterrestrial, and paranormal academic advisor.
Oh.
Research. Research for sure.
Actually, my full title is the cryptozoological, extraterrestrial, and paranormal academic advisor.
Okay.
Can't fit that on a business card though. So.
I did. It's very big, but not traditional size, but this isn't a traditional business, as my mother says. She says, get a real job.
All right. I'm just gonna call it CPAC for short. I don't know.
C-E-P-A-A.
A.
CPA.
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 All right. Madriana.
I'm intake coordinator and business office manager.
Oh, okay.
So I deal with people who come in. I host them, and I also have like a really organized file. Yeah,
You got the planner.
I've got the planner. I've got the calendar, the planner.
The mood board, the
yes,
the group mood board.
the group mood board. I know how many stars everyone has. Where their clothespin is along the alphabet.
Oh my God, you're a kindergarten teacher.
Did I say I was a hostess at Supercell?
Very good.
Is Supercell the real place?
Yeah, I worked there. It's
as you were saying.
Did that actually happen?
This is part of Amy's real life.
All of this is real life. It was spelled SOUPER salad ! And you had to say, "Welcome to Super Salad, the fresh place to be. My name is Amy. How can I help you?" Or
Everyone
my name
had
is
to
Amy.
say
How
that.
How can I make? Yeah, you had to always answer the
Everyone's
phone.
Amy.
Either that or hi, my name or welcome to Super Salad, the fresh place to be. Welcome to Super Salad, the fresh place to be. My name is Amy. How can I make your day better?
Oh.
Yeah.
And then they'd say,
Are there any? Does Ryan Gosling have any weird protocols for the office that he expects everyone to obey? I don't know if it's exactly like that or something.
Oh yeah.
Similar.
Oh yeah. Okay. So when you're doing contracts, you have to do it on this board where there's like nose guards where like your face can't like spew any germs onto the paper.
Okay. Is Ryan Gosling a germaphobe? Does he like
He's a
only
germaphobe.
he'll only shake hands with gloves and stuff like that?
Yes. One of us
He
has
does the elbow
to.
thing where you like, yeah.
One of us has to
so.
water the plants every day.
Okay. I don't feel like that's that weird.
Yeah, maybe that's
we
not
have to
that
take
weird,
care of
but-
his dog when he's on set.
Does he have a bad dog?
No.
Oh, okay. It's a good.
But
a
he
good
won't
dog.
hire a dog sitter.
It's just not in our job description.
Yeah,
He's not, yeah, he's
What-
an expert.
And actually, I have really bad allergies. So.
What kind of dog is it, and what's the dog's name?
What is his dog? It's like a big old mutt. We've got to Google what Ryan
Bernie's
Gosling.
mountain dog named Bear.
He's a what kind of dog?
Bernie's mountain dog
Oh,
named
Bernie.
Bear.
What if it's an Octo bear?
That's so cute.
I just made that up. I don't know what kind of dog he has. Sounds right though.
good.
If somebody told you
In-
that,
It's
you'd
big and
believe
fluffy.
It, right?
I
In
believe
this
it.
universe, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Name Bear.
Ryan Gosling isn't really our boss. You know that, right?
What?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Olive, what is your job title?
Well, they told me that I was gonna be like a temp, but I feel like it's not very temporary if I keep showing up.
Okay. All right. So you're a temp?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you report to Quentin or do you report to
Quentin says she does, but
Madriana, or do you not report? Do you report? Did Ryan hire you? And
I mean, like, it depends how much time I'm spending on my phone because, like, sometimes Quentin comes over if I'm not answering the phones enough or, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, mostly, like, Madriana seems kind of chill. Like, she does kind of tell me what to do sometimes, but she doesn't really seem to notice if I don't do it right away. I don't know if that, like, counts as, like, reporting to someone or not. But, like, that's who, like, I talk to.
all right. Noted. Very good. All right. So we kind of have a handle on what the dynamics are within the office. We have an idea of what your office looks like. We now need to assign some resources to your actual office. So thanks to our friends on the other side of the internet, named Chat,
Thank you.
you get 9 dice to add to your. This represents your franchise pool, right? And there are 3 categories on here: the gym, the library, and the credit card. And the way that this works is you get 9 dice. Take 3 away. You get 9 dice to place in any of these categories, including the bank, which is the final category, right? Here's the deal, the way that this works. whatever dice you have in the gym, if you're making an athletics roll, whatever kind it is, you can take dice out of the gym and add them to your dice pool. So you're like, oh, okay, well, I only have 2 dice in athletics, but this is a really important roll. I'm going to take one out of the gym, and then I'll be rolling 3 dice.
And then is it gone forever?
Then it's gone, right? That's the thing. The library helps with academics, and the credit card helps with technology rolls, okay? Anything that you don't have in these 3 pools that's left over goes into the bank. And the bank dice apply to any category, right? So you can put them
Why
on.
wouldn't we put all the dice?
Yeah, that's
in
what
there?
I'm thinking.
Well, so here's the deal. When you roll the dice in the bank, you keep track of those rolls separately. And depending upon what you roll in the bank, if you roll really badly, not only does that die that you spent in the bank go away, but it could wipe out all the dice in the bank.
What the? Oh.
So it's sort of it's because it's a wild die, it has a little bit of wild effects. You could also, if you roll really good, the dice in the bank start to multiply, right? But
gambling.
generally it's kind of like weighted towards the die doesn't go back into the bank, like it's spent and it's gone.
All right.
But there's a potential for you might gain a little bit.
Beetle, that
Thank
is
you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
And thank you.
So why don't you think about how you want to assign your 9 dice? I don't know if you want to talk
What if we
about.
put them all in the gym?
I don't have much gym.
Like Ryan Gosling is our boss.
I have one athletics, so I could.
I have
could
one
just-
athletics.
I won athletics.
I have like 3.
Six pack Olive over there.
Yeah, that's why you stick around.
Thank you so much.
I'm like really strong at carrying coffee. Very strong at it.
All right.
Like coffee for me though, like not for other people.
I need 5 mochas yesterday.
So how would you like to split this up? I will tell you right now, since B. Duluth just kicked in to trip this off, you have received an IPO, a mysterious investor
It's Drake. It's Drake.
It's Drake!
It's Drake.
It's Shrek!
named B. Duluth.
Okay.
Oh, it's Beatles!
It's Beetlejuice, aka Drake.
Okay, Drake. Drake's very popular.
Has just donated 4 dice to your bank pool.
Whoa! Dang.
So I don't know how you want to split up the rest of these. Again,
What do you have the fewest in? Academics?
academics.
I've got 4. We both
we're
got 4 in
kinda,
academics.
we're smarty pants.
But so she might need some though.
Yeah.
So what if we just split it up between the gym and the library? I'm good on technology too. I'm 3 in technology.
I have 2.
I have 3 in technology.
2.
So what if we just split them up between the gym and the library? Maybe 1 in credit card.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
So 1 here.
4.
Yeah,
Okay.
Love it.
I love it.
I love it.
And I also love it.
All right.
I'm just fine with it.
Actually, do you mind, Nega, if we take one of the library dice and put it in the gym?
Do it.
Since-
Go for it.
Since we'll be.
We're all weak as hell.
We're all weak.
Our boss Ryan Gosling is like, y'all need to bulk up. Like me.
He's
He
got.
shows us his 6-pack and
He's
we
not
go.
allowed to say that to us.
All right.
You can't require that of us.
If you're ghost hunters, you got to be able to ready to run or punch a ghost.
Listen, this is
That's what Zach would do.
yeah, this is Detroit. We have to we take the jobs we take. You know, they don't come around too often.
So there's 2 other things about your franchise that we need to sort of establish here. First is you must have some sort of team vehicle, right? So you must have something that you use to travel around in to do your various
A blimp.
job things. What is that vehicle? What is it? Let's start there. Like, is it a station wagon? Is it a converted hearse? Is it a ambulance? Is it a Humvee? What kind of vehicle is it?
Prius.
No, this is Detroit. They'll stone you to death for a Prius. It's
What
got to
about,
be
like,
American.
A
Bunch
tractor.
of motorcycles.
It has to be. It has to be something big and stupid and American.
A tank.
Like is it a classic Cadillac kind of thing? Is that
Oh,
what you're
can it
thinking?
be a tractor that's like pulling?
Where do you think we are?
It look.
Do you mean tractor like put like plow the field, or do you mean
Yeah.
tractor like tractor trailer?
I don't think that
No.
that works.
Why
super
not?
well.
Why?
For streets.
Also, have you been in Detroit in the winter?
Yeah.
Tractors don't have like doors.
What if ours does?
I mean,
We have a door tractor.
Well, okay, pickup truck. Normal old pickup truck.
There's 4 of us.
Like a
There's a cab. There's a cab.
I don't like sitting in the back. I get cramps.
like a
I get cramps in my leg.
like a Humvee
Surveillance
type
van?
thing.
You could have like it could be a surveillance van. It could be like an F-350, like a crew cab kind of truck.
How about one of those cars, one of those old vehicles that you get at a police auction?
Oh, Crown Vic.
So, well, no, but it would be like their surveillance van.
Oh, yeah.
But then they do that like shitty white matte paint job on it,
And they
sell it
write
to
like
you for,
not in service in the window.
But everybody who glances out of the corner of their eye, they're like, "Oh, it's the fucking cops," and then they're like, "Oh no, it's just."
So it's
just the inspectors.
So it's a used police surveillance van.
Yeah.
Or retired.
Ryan Gosling got it
Retired.
at an auction.
I feel like Ryan Gosling is like kind of like he's kind of cheaping out on you
He
guys.
put all the money in the gym.
A lot of Jim, a lot of Tim Hortons.
All right.
Yeah, I forgot there's such a word attached to our offices.
I feel like more people go to the Tim Hortons than actually ever come into the office.
Well, it's to entice people into our office.
Gotcha.
Right?
The good news is, thanks, even though maybe Ryan Gosling isn't going to spend money on your vehicle, the chat is going to give you an upgrade to your team vehicle. So you get to decide what that
Gatling
upgrade
gun.
might be. It can be some sort of weapons platform if that's what you want. You could.
My God.
Wow,
Thank you so much.
Thanks, y'all.
Daniel Radcliffe.
It could be.
Daniel
It could have some sort of multi-terrain capability. So maybe it has like it can go through the water, like it can go across the water, something like that. It could have a mobile field lab, like either like that you trail behind it, or it's attached to it, or some other sort of special ability that makes this an extraordinary vehicle as opposed to just
It's a Pimp My Ride situation.
crappy van.
I was gonna say, what if it literally was a Pimp My Ride car that got sold because the person needed the money for it, and it's not at all helpful, but looks.
Oh my gosh,
nice.
it like bounces.
Yeah.
It bounces and there's like a smoothie machine.
There's like an
in the back?
aquarium in it,
But
and there's mood lighting.
The thing about Pimp My Ride is they don't. If your car sucks, they're not going to fix the engine, so it doesn't run great anyways. It just
Really?
yeah. There's a whole Reddit thread about a guy who was like, "Yeah, I brought my car and I thought they would fix it, and they just put like a popcorn machine in it."
and like a DVD player.
Yeah.
You know.
So what is actually in it? What is actually in the?
I thought that's what we were just doing.
Yeah.
An aquarium.
Oh no!
mood
All those
lighting.
things are in it.
Yeah.
Have you seen Pimp
So
My
far.
Ride? They
They're
do
not.
a lot.
And it has to bounce.
It does bounce.
Can we turn down the hydraulics because I really get motion sickness very quickly, almost immediately.
What's the point of having hydraulics if we don't use them?
Well, we didn't install that.
No, we did. You're right. We didn't. Okay, so we're constantly trying to fix the hydraulics.
Oh!
An enormous van. It bottoms out
Is
every
it
time it
is it
bounces.
a van
October's
that's
just in
been
the
pimped
back
out? Is that
like
what we
that.
decided? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, what
It's a
else?
strange episode.
Wait, so what do we have so
It's got
far?
an aquarium.
Aquarium, mood lighting, popcorn machine, lift kit, hydraulics.
Okay.
DVD player.
DVD
Yeah,
player.
but no
Okay.
TV screen.
No, just the DVD player.
Those were ripped out.
Yeah, not connected to
Someone
anything.
stole it the other day, like last
Oh, a
week.
massage chair.
All the chairs are massage chairs.
All chairs are massage chairs.
They have captain's chairs. You have captain's chairs.
Yeah.
Massage captain's chairs.
Well, I don't like when people touch me, so also the sensation of someone touching me, I also don't like that. I'm just
Okay.
gonna walk. I'll see you guys here.
A sensory deprivation tank.
No!
I feel like
Amy.
we're putting to the limit of how much.
The car's not gonna be able to move.
Why
I
would
will
you say
give
that?
I will give you a sensory deprivation tank, but it's mounted to the top of the vehicle. And that's it.
How do we go through tunnels?
I'll help you.
We don't.
I did it for you.
But it's Detroit. There aren't a lot of tunnels.
Okay.
You will never feel like anyone's touching you in a sensory deprivation tank.
Thoughtful.
But also it'll be sloshing around. a
I
lot.
know.
I didn't get that at first.
But I also
did
I will also be knocked
there.
unconscious.
She'll be in there sloshing around as we drive.
Will
I feel like an ice cube and a glass of lemonade.
So hopefully some of these things will, but probably won't ever be like effective versus.
No, it's very much coming into play
Okay,
with a
cool.
brilliant scenario I have planned out. All right, very good. So we know. What do you call your van? Does it have a name? Or is it just called like the field response vehicle?
What?
Emergency
You have an
response
idea. What is
vehicle.
it?
Or go ahead.
No, I was just thinking out of character. You should have a van and call it the Havana.
Oh, just in real life.
I didn't even get that excited. I was I should tell her
take it to,
later.
you can take it to IKEA.
Didn't that one time Saving Throw tweeted at you and it was Van O-Rama instead of Van O-Rama?
And it's a business.
It actually is a business. It was
It's a
just
business in like Sweden.
like a total typo, but it did autofill and it did link to something and at Van O-Rama.
Yo, welcome to Van Orema.
Would you like to read the van?
A name's a good idea.
I like it too.
Yeah.
Okay, how about the Inspector sedan?
Ooh.
What kind of car is it?
It's a van.
It's been.
Oh, it is a van.
Yeah. I don't.
Our
What
sedan
other,
van.
can you read out the things that we have?
Yes, you have an aquarium, you have mood lighting, you have a popcorn machine, you have lift kit and hydraulics, you have a DVD player with no screen. Each of the captain's chairs is a massage chair, and atop your van.
We don't have a choice. It came with gold paint on the side, bump and grind.
Yes.
Okay.
Now- Quentin is going to pitch this, but no one's going to take this, I'm sure. He's like, why don't we call it Apollo? As Apollo brings the sun across as the sky and illuminates the day. And everyone ignores that.
We hated that idea.
I paid a lot of attention to what you just said, and I want to fuck you. I want to fuck you very badly.
I won't let it.
I really want it, though. I really want it very badly. Please let me bump and grind on your dick.
I feel like
I'm 15.
Stevie is not going to allow.
No,
If it were
I,
up to me, but Ryan and Stevie, you know.
Stevie Nicks is very sexually aware.
But also plays by the rules of HR.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, very
He's a
good.
great manager.
So a couple other things got unlocked thanks to chat.
Wow, chats.
How dare you? Oh, wait, no.
wait.
Honestly,
How
everything
dare
that I
you.
had planned got unlocked, so that's very good for you guys. You have a team of interns, which you can call upon.
Are you the head of the interns?
oh my gosh, you're the...
Oh my god.
Everyone's so jealous of you that you always get picked.
You have a fucking squad.
And there's an entire squad of interns. They're all named Brandon.
Love it.
And
Mm.
they can either absorb one meltdown, like if somebody really blows their stress roll, or you can assign them to do one dangerous or annoying task in your place.
That is really sad. I feel sad for interns right now.
Yeah, did you mean
'Cause that's
slaves?
Yeah, oh yeah, they're all unpaid interns.
We call them serfs these days.
Serfs.
Yeah.
What if their job is to like the hydraulics can be like fiddled with, and their job is to like clamp on tight to make the hydraulics.
While
stop?
we drag them behind the van?
No, inside or underneath. Where the hydraulics are. I actually don't know where
They're going to die. They're in the car.
They're under where
Yeah, the
wheels are.
chassis.
Yeah, and
Wow.
connected to the wheels somehow.
Spelled.
I'm 15. You can't say chassis to me.
Yeah. Do you wanna put some hydraulics in my chassis?
Wow. I couldn't.
All right.
I do, but I shan't.
I shan't. I think it's spelled funny. CHASSIS.
That's correct.
Is that right?
Yes.
I saw it. When did I see it? Oh, I know where I saw it. In John Wick 2, I had closed captions on, and Aurelio, I think is the character's name, is
Yep.
like the car guy.
All right.
That
was on
recently.
So that's
Yes, John
that's
was
your
on my
van
list.
bump and grind.
Gosh, it's pimped out. Thanks, chat. Yeah, I could never want for a better
I like how
car.
chat probably was like, we'll give them this so they can have like ghost fighting stuff. And we're
Yeah,
like, what
protect-
about massage sheets and a popcorn
I just
machine?
think we'll find a way to use at least one of those things. In fact, I put it to us as a challenge.
We'll find that out. All right. So the other thing that's going to happen before
Oh,
we...
you wrote
I promise
Apollo
we're going
down?
to get started.
You wrote Apollo down?
Well, I mean,
Mistake.
not because I'm happy about it. All right. So the way that InSpectres works, I've added this on. You get called to investigate a mystery. Now, I've not prepared a mystery. This game, like I said, is very back and forth in terms of the narrative agency. And we're going to, in the immortal words of Powered by the Apocalypse, we're going to play to find out. What that means is there's sort of like three phases to this game for the most part. There's more technically if you play all the way through, but we're going to play through three phases. So First, you're going to get a call by someone who's having a problem. We're going to investigate that mystery. What that means is we're going to try and fill out all of the blank spots on this sheet, right? So we thought it was just a blank, whatever ostensibly the problem is. You go to the site and investigate the mystery. And as you're investigating, we're going to fill in. It turns out it was actually a adjective blank.
Oh, Mad Libs.
Threatening to do something to some people, to a location, whatever the target is, right? So that's the investigate part. We're also going to find out, thanks to chat, that this monster has a secret weakness.
Oh, hey!
Thanks to our intrepid investigators, you're going to figure out what that secret weakness is, which is something that it's vulnerable to. When we're done with the investigation phase, then we gear up, we get our, proton packs or whatever, and then we go try and vanquish this thing that...
Can it have it? Well, we'll let chat decide, but...
No, so the way that this works is as we do our investigation, as you're successful, you're able to... As you're successful, you will gain franchise points. And you can spend franchise points to put adjectives into these...
that we want?
Or put words into these blanks, yeah. Unless, of course, you fail a bunch of rolls, then if you fail a bunch, I can decide to put nasty things in here. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
wait, where does chat come in? Chat decides.
Chat unlocked the secret weakness. They unlocked... Their monster did not have a weakness, but thanks to the donations of chat, it now has vulnerability to something or some sort of weakness. Does that make sense?
I already know what it is.
See, before there was no secret weakness. Now
Is it Ryan Gosling? Wait, is that what you're saying?
Sexy. All right. Okay, so with that in mind.
Yeah, that.
Perfect. With that in mind, shall we play InSpectres?
No, I guess.
It's a lot of buildup. We better get there.
I don't know.
Like,
I'm hungry. Should we leave?
if it's allergic to
Let's just not play the game.
Yeah. Let's get pizza instead.
All right.
Lift kit hydraulics, that's what it's called? Lift kit?
Yeah.
The old Bubba grind.
Massage captain's chair, sensory
Will someone turn my massage off? It feels like it's trying to rip out my spine.
You just need to finish growing.
I can't. I don't go outside and I've never had milk. Not once.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just generating our initial...
And yes, this is a venti vanilla sweet cream cold brew.
That's my jam.
That I'm drinking at
9 o'clock.
9:15 p.m.
No.
Amy lives dangerous.
I'll fall asleep
the edge.
immediately after this, no problem.
She'll
So
fall asleep
don't-
during the game.
What,
You saw a picture of me falling asleep somewhere with like on brand.
Typical.
Oh no! There was like the Game of Thrones thing where it was like hot Game of Thrones reaction, and it was you asleep during the series finale.
During like the intro.
All right, tell me, what time of year is it
Ooh,
here in Detroit?
If it's winter, we're fucked.
Oh, well, then let's not be fucked.
Yeah.
A beautiful
What if it's
fall day. Detroit.
May
May's good.
28,
Is it today?
2019.
All right.
Oh my god, today 2019.
But because of the climate change, it's snowing as hell.
All right. Yeah, it snowed last week and or last night, and it's burning off this morning.
Right.
Very good.
It's just wet.
Yeah, it's sloshy.
It's just ugh.
Oh, okay.
It's slorshy.
It's like a big dirt slushy city.
Great. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon at InSpectres Incorporated. People are coming in for their afternoon Timbits and double-doubles.
Oh, good pull. I didn't even know what those are.
You know he has a Canadian wife, right?
Oh, yeah.
My Canadian wife.
wife.
Double.
Canada. She went to a different high school. That's why you haven't met her.
I'm handing out checks to everybody because I'm the business officer.
I thought you meant to the people getting timbits.
Wait, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it's.
I'm accounts receivable and accounts payable.
We get paid on a
Okay, you
Wednesday.
get paid on a Wednesday. It's great.
I just want to be handing out checks.
All right. Well, so you're doling out checks and stopping by everybody's desk. It's about, like I said, it's about 2:00 in the afternoon, and is it a bell that hangs from the door, or do you have that awful electronic like?
Definitely electronic.
It's the dog. When someone wants to
It's just this bear.
No, bear, no, bear, no, bad dog, no, shh, bear, shut up, bear, no.
You see a guy in a suit and tie come in, and he's like, I don't want to get hair on the suit.
No, yes, please, this way. Quentin Ruxpin, I am the assistant manager here.
Hi, I'm Drake, Marcus Drake.
Oh.
You didn't do the proper greeting. Oh my gosh, you didn't do the proper greeting. Welcome to InSpectres, the ghost place to be. How can I make your day better? Do it.
What she said.
No, do it. Come on.
I won't.
It's like that's part of the
You're
intro
going to get
video.
another demerit.
That's like part of the intro video that we had to watch. We had to sign a paper that said we would do it every single time. Gosling rules.
Listen. Fascism is on the rise, and I won't be a part of it.
No, I call Gosling rules.
I'm going to ask you to give us our first stress roll of the evening. One stress.
Okay.
Because Madriana is hassling you about this, and the rest of the office is ganged up on you.
We're all in the background going like this. The whole intern team is like...
And it's just
So the way it's one roll, and it's one die, and you get to check and see. On stress, you're looking for your lowest result. What your lowest result is. Mm-hmm. 3. All right.
I'm stressed.
You lose a die from an appropriate skill pool. So I'm guessing probably contact.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Good thing his dick wasn't hard for you.
If it's the last thing I'm gonna.
If you want,
Get
I
that
want
G.
to quick clip through these as well. You still have some rerolls.
Yeah, that's true.
Dom Beck and Leandros send one reroll each to Nega Oryx.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Mad Dr. Dan sends one to Amy Vorpal.
Oh, thanks, Mad Dr.
And
Dan.
Food Stamp Hustler sends one to Eric.
Yay,
you.
food stamp. Thanks, Dan.
So yes, you lose a bit of your contact dice.
Welcome.
Wait, what? Sorry, why do you lose contact dice?
So whenever I want, because I'm the GM and I get to be mean, I can ask you to make a stress roll when something stresses your character out. Whether that's a boo, like a monster jumps from the shadows, or you get cut off in traffic, or your friend gets, like one of the interns gets cut in half by a demon, whatever it is.
Jeez.
I can ask you to roll anywhere from 1 to 5 stress dice. And you roll, and you take the lowest roll. And if you roll really badly, then you have a complete meltdown. You just freak out, and you lose any cool dice you have, and you lose dice off of your
And the
attributes.
number is 3 or lower?
Yeah, 3 and lower is bad.
Okay. And that's when you lose dice?
Yeah, that's how you lose dice
But if you
off
get
of
4
your
or
dice pool.
higher, that's good.
It's not good, but it's not bad for you.
Got it.
If you get a 6, then you might actually become a little cooler.
Got it.
Ah.
So stress dice, it's your lowest die out of your pool that you get, and skill dice, it's the highest one.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry, let me introduce Quentin. My name is Quentin Ruxpin. Welcome to InSpectres. How can we make your day better?
The ghost place.
The
to
ghost
be.
place to be.
Hey, listen, I'm my name's Drake, Marcus Drake. Like I said, I'm from out of town. I don't know what's going on in your vicinity here. What the weird vibe is, but I'm scouting movie locations. I'm from Los Angeles, and I'm planning to shoot something. I rented this old theater, and there's an odd smell in it. Now, it smells kind of like gasoline mixed with vomit. I can't bring ScarJo in to this place and have this reeking smell in here. I've had the place certified, inspected, up, down. They tell me that they're not registering anything on their equipment. Now, what I'm left with is it's it's not psychological. It seems like maybe it's paranormal. There's not
And
known science that can detect what this is.
ScarJo is a person. I don't watch films, the lowest form of media.
What a twist!
Scarlett Johansson. I don't know if you've seen any of the Avengers
No,
movies.
I don't.
We would make a
Okay.
great couple because I love movies more than anyone, and I have enough movie love for both of us combined.
What's your story? Do you work here full time, or do you have a headshot or anything?
Oh my god, I'm like so glad you asked about that because I've been carrying this around since the first day I got hired here and nobody ever asks. It's like so lame.
Actually, I asked for a picture of you the first day I saw you, just for my notes.
No, it's different.
Oh yeah, and you did have to take this picture on your ID. We
Okay,
made
let's
sure
like
that-
not show that to people though.
Yeah, I just made a photocopy of
But I
that.
feel like that's the real you.
So, so you've done an internal training video for Best Buy. You're murdered cheerleader number 3 in an independent student film.
Yeah, that was 3 out of 3 cheerleaders though. So it was almost like sharing the lead role, you know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I mean, if you have a reel or something, if you can link
A
it
real
to-
what?
just a compilation of.
I'm not like fictional. Was that what you were implying? Or like
No, I was just, so in the business, we call a reel compilation of your best acting clips that you'd put together.
well, they're all my best clips. So if you just like want to go watch those movies and let me know.
We also video every single one of our adventures.
Oh, is that what this camera crew is here for? Hey, Marcus Drake.
Like, they don't talk because it makes it harder for them to edit in the post phase.
Gotcha. I'm gonna need to.
When I brought Marcus back into the room that held all of the adventure videos and selected the ones that I thought would do great for Olive's movie career, it actually showed that every time she saw a ghost, she was just a big screamer. So ideally, right before she punched them out, but ideally she gets it. She's the new scream queen.
All right, very good.
Right? Did I do that right?
So you have now endowed Olive's character with Scream Queen. What I would put down for that. Anytime that you make a roll that you feel like you can invoke Scream Queen as an appropriate part of that action or feeds into that action, you get to add 1 extra die to your roll.
Oh,
But
nice.
you have to say and justify what it is.
Okay.
Mortem Interritum sends a reroll to Havanama. Very good.
Rerolling every damn thing.
So anyway, I got ScarJo's plane tickets booked. We're due to start rolling at the end of the week, so if you can kind of get this checked out and taken care of.
Don't worry. We will put our best people on this. We will make sure that your little film goes off without a hitch.
I can tell you what packages we have are.
Yes,
Okay, sure.
I will let my subordinate handle it from here.
Very good.
I miss up every day.
All right. So you walk him through what the various things are. All right.
And, all the way up to it's normal, above normal, deluxe, and supreme deluxe. All of those things.
All right.
And that one is $5,600.
He's like, I didn't really have the budget for that. Can you kind of give me the preferred partner discount?
Preferred partners.
I am always willing to negotiate. My price is a role for my colleague here in your next film.
Oh my god, like thank you so much.
Yeah, I can arrange that.
Okay. Then we'll reduce the price down $200. That is $5,400.
Well, I'm gonna have to pay her $200 just to be in it, so that's not really a discount. I was thinking more of like $2,500 total.
$2,500 total.
He was gonna pay me?
Have you never been paid in a movie?
Oh my god, no!
I'm your new manager. Okay, $200. Okay, let's see what we can do. Well, you wouldn't get the full. You wouldn't get as. Okay, yes, I can fudge some things, and if all you want to pay is $2,500, I can. The lowest I can go is $3,000, and we wouldn't have as many guns.
$2,500 and you can meet ScarJo.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. I can do that.
All right, very good. He signs off on it and says, "Thanks. You have 2 days." Crew starts showing up Friday.
Excuse me, sir, before you go, I would just like to ask you a few more detailed questions about the smell that you encountered. Does it have sort of any distinct smells about it? You said vomit. Is it like the day after
I'm sorry,
you're
this is
hungover
October, our
vomit?
resident nerd in charge, so.
I'm not a nerd. I'm educated. I'm 15 and I operate at a graduate level.
Oh, is this your daughter?
No, I have no children.
He refuses to have sex with anyone.
That's not.
I have taken it as a personal challenge.
No means no. We talked about this, Madrina.
I have sex.
Adriana.
I have an active sex life. I'm not.
I don't. I'm 15.
Yeah.
It smells like gasoline and vomit.
Okay,
yeah.
but specifically, what sort of gasoline?
no.
Are we talking diesel? Are we talking low grade? Are we talking mid grade? Are we talking premium?
Or like, what did it smell like they threw up? I feel like that's the real question
Right,
here. Like,
right.
were they like partying or like?
Day after you've been consuming alcohol the night before, or is it like you had the flu kind of smell, or is it like the movie where her head turns around and your puke goes everywhere?
It's that stale milk kind of pukey smell. Mixed with gasoline.
I've never had milk.
Yeah, I don't know why you have a frame of reference for that. That's kind of gross.
Obviously, you haven't lived like some of us.
I've had milk.
I've had all sorts of liquids.
I'm not gonna go there. So that's the best I can give you.
Stale milk and diesel gasoline, premium gasoline, mid grade.
I only buy the 93, so that's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
87, 89, 93.
Oh, premium.
Ultra premium. Premium is 89.
Interesting. You went ultra
premium.
premium for your car, but you wouldn't go ultra premium for your
Milk.
ghost problem.
Oh.
Yeah, milk problem.
For your milk problem.
It's called making a budget.
It's what?
It's called making a budget.
My mom makes a budget for our house. It only allots me 1 box of Cheerios every week.
What? I thought you didn't drink milk.
I just eat it like a snack.
No, I told you put the Cheerios away. Bear will get into them.
Yes, stop begging, Bear.
And before I get any more dog hair on my clothes here, I gotta go. It's the Excelsior Theater. It's over on Grand and 5th. 48 hours. Take care of it.
Are you showing the first phase 4 of the MCU movie there? I mean,
No, it's an abandoned theater. That's why we rented it. Is because it's not showing anything.
oh, you're shooting? Well, okay. But Excelsior is like
I don't know if I explained this, but I'm in the movie business, not the
but
movie
Excelsior
showing
is,
business.
Are you filming phase 1 of the MCU? Or phase 4, I mean? First movie, phase 4?
I'm under a non-disclosure agreement. I can't discuss that.
They're doing, because it's called Excelsior. And ScarJo. ScarJo's dead.
Wow, spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Oh wait, is your film starring a ghost? Because that would explain all of this.
Ghosts in the shell, appropriating different cultures.
Dang it! No, well, thanks for the info. All right, great.
Can we have the keys?
Yeah, of course. Here.
Ooh, good question.
Oh,
I should
I-
have done that. Yep, I'll do it.
He just hands it.
No.
There you go.
No.
I don't think you. Thank you.
Thank
She's
you.
a squirrely little one, isn't she?
No,
No. Okay.
she's just pretty normal and naturally afraid of you.
You know how these millennials are.
Nah.
You live in Los Angeles, which is soon going to die. Everyone's there because of the air quality, because of how much open trash is on the ground. So, no, I don't want to touch you.
The part of Los Angeles I live in doesn't have any open air trash, trust me.
It's coming from the other parts into you.
Yeah, you should be way more scared than you are.
Anyway, thank you for stopping by. We'll definitely look into this.
Very good. Please, I live in Culver City.
Oh, and do we need a down payment?
Oh, yes. Standard procedure is half at front and half when we finish.
Sure, I'll write you a check for $1,000. How does that sound?
Well, is that half?
Pretty close.
No, we need $1,250, sir. And I will not budge. Just write me a check. You're eventually going to pay it, and we will do a great job.
$1,000 now.
We have a great track record.
I make sure your friend doesn't have to wear a wig to disguise her identity.
Do you care about a wig?
What's that?
Okay, so no, not gonna work. $1,250 or $12.50 or nothing. $12.50 now.
$1,000 and you can bring your daughter to the set.
That's not my daughter. Do you want to go to the set?
My mom's name is Carol.
It's not your daughter?
No, that's not my daughter.
My mom's name is Carol.
I thought the two of you and...
That's
Aw.
mine's Rihanna.
Thank you. I would love to have produced something as brilliant as that.
Wow. Thank you. What an honor.
It would be. No, $12.50. Just write the dang check. It's $250 more. I know you pay rent in Culver City. Surely $250 is a blink in the trash.
Can you run a card?
Yeah, of course.
Where do you want me to
Apple
run
Pay
it to?
Square.
Swipe. And would you like your receipt?
Yeah, I need a receipt. I need to claim this.
Okay.
I gotta send this to my accountant.
I know.
Yeah. All right.
Great.
Hey, have I mentioned 47 hours? You have 47 hours.
Mm-hmm, you did.
Crew shows up Friday.
What an odd amount of time. 48 hours.
It was 48 hours when I walked in, but now it's 47.
Yes, there was a lot of procedures that we had to do.
Sorry, our credit card machine's so slow.
Yeah. You will eventually get your receipt.
I thought it was a chip reader, but I guess not. All right. And so with that, Marcus Drake saunters out of the office and heads directly over to Tim Hortons and gets himself a coffee, a giant coffee with foam on top.
Splurging on the coffee, huh? Not splurging on the ghost fighters.
He looks at you and then he looks away and he goes and gets in his Porsche and drives away.
Yeah.
All right, so you head over to the Excelsior Theater on Grand and Fifth. It's in a very old part of town. What do you know that's unusual about the Excelsior Theater? Or what do you want to do to find out more about the Excelsior Theater before you get there or as you arrive?
I want to know
Anything special?
Yeah, I want to know is it actually like an MCU/Marvel theater?
What do you mean, like
the way El Capitan is a Disney theater? I want to know
Oh.
if this is like an MCU Marvel.
Well, give me an academics roll.
Okay, I have 3.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 4.
Your highest one is a 4? Okay, well,
Should I re-roll that? Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna re-roll it. 'Cause I have
Okay.
3. That can be way better.
Can I?
Yeah, a 6.
Okay, great. You get 2 franchise points. And you get
That's
to...
good, right?
Yeah. This is how you...
No, that's really bad.
Maybe don't touch them.
It's not you personally.
Maybe don't.
For your crew. Ah.
My precious.
Okay. Tell me about the Excelsior Theater. What do you know?
Do y'all know the
You
MCU very well?
Describe the result.
The Marvel
Marvel.
concurrent upgrade. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, great. Okay. Yeah, so it is a, but let's say they also play DC films too.
Oh,
It's
how
crazy.
dare!
It's crazy. Yeah, all superhero films played there. It's actually where Stan Lee was born.
He was born in that theater.
Yes, his mom gave birth in a movie theater.
Oh, okay.
And,
Wow.
and Stan
Should
Lee
be
was
seeing
born
the
there.
Lone Ranger. And
So it used to be called something totally different, but throughout the yeah, exactly. But
What?
a talkie, if you will.
Ooh.
And yeah, but later on in life, when he came up with that phrase, they renamed it the Excelsior Theater.
Okay, so it's where Stan Lee was born. That's exciting
It's
information.
weird that it's abandoned now. They're just like,
I mean, it's Detroit.
Okay. Very good.
I want to immediately test and see if I can get a cell phone signal, and if there's Wi-Fi, like if I'm actually able to, scroll through Instagram and Twitter and
That sounds like a technology role to me.
oh goodness.
Oh goodness. Now you have some
We have one credit card.
one thing in the credit card. You can use a die from the bank if you so choose.
I like the idea of you using all of our credit card money to buy pocket Wi-Fi.
Ooh, I like that too.
I mean, do we really? If y'all want to.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Make us fail.
All right.
You had one of the interns buy you a pocket Wi-Fi.
Woo!
So what's the highest result?
5.
5. All right. So describe what it is. You get another franchise point.
What do I do with those?
Okay.
You can spend these to fill adjectives in as you
How
discover
many
stuff
does
about
it cost to
about
fill
the
in an
thing.
adjective?
It's 2 per.
Okay.
So does this go away now? Is this done?
Yes, it's gone.
So I would like to say that there is no signal of any kind there, but Olive doesn't notice and scrolls through anyway, thinking that it's still online, just casually acting like
Okay.
that's normal.
Is your phone your personal phone, or is it a company-issued phone where you're starting to burn through the data on the...
Oh, it's definitely a company-issued phone. But if I'm not getting any signal of any kind, I don't know if I would be burning the data.
Okay, so there's no signal. There's almost something maybe blocking or interfering with it.
Maybe.
Okay. No cell signal is an interesting...
That's classic for a movie theater, I feel.
Classic.
Okay.
Paranormal cell blocking.
I used to think that they would block the cell signal at the movie theater I worked at because it would stop working as soon as I walked in. I would get no service. I was like, they have to be
Oh,
doing
you're
something.
a cooler.
They actually asbestos.
They wanted you to work or something.
Yeah.
What?
So Olive just
And
keeps...
you don't believe in ghosts.
Yes.
How about October and Quentin? What do you do? I assume you gear up in old bump and grind,
Oh.
or the
mean
Apollo. Yes.
No one calls it that.
Yeah.
Before we leave, I want to go to our library that also has an extensive newspaper collection.
Okay.
Ye old newspaper collection.
I'm sure InSpectres has some sort of like
Archive.
intranet database of
Right.
various
So
research.
I want to beat boop through those.
Okay.
And see if I can find any history of like murders or horrible accidents or tragedies that occurred at
All right.
the theater.
What do you have in academics?
I have 4 in academics.
All right, so you get 4 dice for that. If you,
Wow.
Do you want to take dice out of the library or use any dice from the
I
bank?
feel fine. I feel fine.
All
I
right.
feel fine.
Yeah.
She has so many rerolls, too.
Oh, that
That's
one's cocked.
cocked.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
3, 3, and 1.
Do better.
5.
There you
5. All right.
Do
so that's another franchise point for you.
All
and
right.
tell me what you find out.
Oh, no, you tell me.
No, the way that it works is when you roll good, you get to describe what you find out from the computer. I have not prepared an adventure. This is something that we discovered together.
Oh no.
Guess what? You're
is a
GMing
trick.
now.
This is a trick.
Practice.
Okay, so.
So you go into the InSpectres intranet database of weird, missing persons,
Right.
strange occurrences, and you do a search for the Excelsior Theater.
And they produced a live stage show of Hamlet back in the 40s.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
And in the final, opening night of that production of Hamlet, all the deaths that occur in the play what really happened.
Oh, wow.
To the
So-
actors.
So a bunch of the actors who were
died.
I think that's almost everybody in Hamlet. Like, there's not that many people who survive.
But they kept going because they didn't realize the actors were really dead until after the play was over.
That's so sad.
I was
Good
gonna
for
say
them.
props to those professionals.
Yeah.
For keeping
The show must go on!
Yeah.
I mean,
All
it was the 40s. They thought they had just smelled salt. Is that what happened in the 40s?
Okay, so
Smelled too much salt.
yeah, so you find, I guess, probably like an old newspaper clipping of mysterious. What did they attribute the deaths to? Did they assume that everybody got poisoned somehow, or was it some sort of like
They
like a
thought-
carbon monoxide or gas
They thought
thing?
the theater troupe was a cult. And it was sort of like a mass suicide wrapped up in a public presentation.
Oh wow! All right, wow. Well, that's getting deep. All right.
I love cults.
All right.
I mean, I don't love them, but I find them great. fascinating.
It's fascinating.
I don't love cults. I'm not in a cult. Is this a cult? Are we in a cult?
Gosling's rules.
We are in a cult. So mad.
Your mom's name is Carol. Carol.
There's an old call Carol. We talk regularly.
Oh no. Does your mom have a crush on Quentin because he has a British accent?
No, my mom is gay.
Okay.
So for women,
She has a crush on me.
Does Quentin know this?
Quentin knows a lot of things, but really not any interpersonal things.
I've told him everything about me.
What's Quentin doing? Are you going to investigate on the scene, or are you going to do a little investigation ahead of time, or both?
I am going to try and use my currently only one contact die to try and call upon, talk to some people, the police, about just try and basically cold call the local police department and ask them about what they see. And then if there's been any other weird reportings and stuff like that going on.
Do you want to use a die from the bank or not?
I really don't.
Okay, great.
Use them what?
This has
Eric
a
loves
good
failing.
chance of going terribly. It doesn't.
You win the game!
Anymore.
All right.
Freeze
Gosling rules.
2
Gosling
points.
rules.
2 points to the franchise for the natural 6. And what happens when you call the local Detroit Police Department?
Quentin
Precinct number 26.
the Quentin's pestered them enough that they realize it's not worth it to fight him on this and just tell him what they know. That the reason why it was abandoned is previous tenants have had a lot of issues. It's had many different tenants over the years since the incident, and there's been a lot of complaints about the strange goings on and strange noises and stuff at night and the smells and stuff like that. There's been a reoccurring problem that they've had to deal with, and that's part of the reason why nobody's using this anymore in the past few years, is because it's just people find that people buy it, think they can fix it up, and then they end up just leaving and abandoning it again.
So there's been a string of weird things that have happened at this property.
Yes.
Have any of them involved harm to anyone?
There was one case. The last people who own this, the owners, the husband and wife that bought it to refurbish it, a few months into it, hung themselves in the theater.
Ooh. Okay.
Wait, say that one more time.
The husband and wife that bought, the last people that bought this,
the most recent.
yeah,
owners.
most
Okay.
recent, hung themselves in the theater.
Like from the rafters,
Yeah.
or in the tech booth, or
From the rafters.
on the stage.
From the fly gallery or whatever?
Yikes.
Yowza.
Okay. All right. So there's a lot of weird and spooky occurrences going on at the Excelsior Theater. So you pull up, cell phone, all your cell phones go dead.
No.
Olive doesn't notice, but
I'm
you
just
might.
scrolling.
It's an
she's
addiction.
scrolling through her camera roll, but she's like, "Oh my god, this Instagram feed is so good."
You walk up to the front door of the Excelsior Theater. The place is boarded up. It does still have a movie title on the marquee, even with some of the letters missing. What movie was the last movie that played there?
Fantastic Four.
Rise of the Silver Surfer.
All the A's are missing.
So it just says effing stick 4.
Fantastic.
Effing stick 4. All right. The doors have clearly been broken.
I'd like to solve the puzzle. Fantastic Four.
Oh, ding, 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 ding. You win $1 million.
Thank you.
It's clear that there were glass doors on this place, but they've all been busted in, so they're now all boarded, and then the front 2 doors are sort of chained together with a giant padlock on the chain.
Oh, you have the key, don't you, Quentin?
Ooh. Yeah.
All right, so you crack the key and pull the doors open, and that's when the smell hits you. Give me 2 stress. Give me a roll, 2 dice.
Yeah.
Now you gotta take the lowest.
Oh.
You gotta take the lowest.
What is that awful stench? Oh my god.
All right, so you have to lose 2 skill dice.
Shoot.
From your total.
Oh
'cause
my
you got 2
gosh.
dice.
That's fucked up.
That's
And-
so many dice. Can you be at a 0 die level?
I have to look that up. What happens if you go to 0? But
I think you die.
yeah, you're dead.
Can you describe the spell in detail, Quentin?
It's like
So what happens?
you know when you
have a big meltdown here.
you know when you have a staff party, but someone's had too much gin and then they vomit and shit themselves.
Yes.
No, I don't.
All of those. Thank God the 15-year-old doesn't know what that's like.
Thank you for being so vulnerable right now.
Or did Olive do that at the last staff party?
Yes.
Oh, then I do know what that
Confessional time.
No.
Listen, I slipped up one time. I had sex with her once, and now it's like a dog that won't leave me alone just every day.
How old is Olive?
No.
Oh, other characteristics
Yeah.
successfully.
It's just
She a fucker.
I can't. I've tried every possible way to let her down easy and tell her like I was, it was a staff party, Gosling was handing out the drinks, and it just, I'm not ready for that, and it just ethically I couldn't possibly again.
All right. So what characteristic do you think came out of that?
Clingy, right?
Yeah.
All right.
/ a fucker. She be fucking.
Yeah, disco fucks.
She get the dick.
Okay, so clingy, but also fucks. Clingy fucks.
A clingy fuck.
Okay.
I wrote
Very good.
successfully had sex with Quentin, which is the more clinical terminology.
So yeah, Quentin just reels back from this smell that hits him before he
Right
can.
into me.
I push my breasts up against his back.
Yeah, just so he knows they're there.
What is that familiar warmth?
But I couldn't.
So if your skill has been reduced down to 0, you automatically fail any and all uses of that skill.
Wow.
Do you get anything back? How do you get it back?
You'd roll 6.
You need some 6s.
But
Wait, you rolled
you
a 6.
can't.
What's
But if
6?
you automatically fail, you'll never get a 6.
No, the 6 gives franchise points.
I think you roll. It doesn't matter what you roll. It fails.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean either that or use something out of the pool, right? When you take stress, you can get stress back, but you need to roll a 6 on your stress.
And also, I have re-rolls.
There's
Wait, how
that
many
too.
does everyone? How many stress do we start with?
None.
Oh, but why'd you roll 2?
Because that was my second stress.
I just get to
Oh,
decide.
right.
how
I
many-
forgot about that.
Oh, he
I get to
you
decide
just
how many
decide.
stress a particular roll
Okay,
is. So
got it.
because this was an overwhelming,
I see.
like one stress is the women at the office are nagging you, and like we had earlier, and 2 stress was this overwhelming.
It's called protocol. It's not nagging.
Nagging?
I mean, that's what Quentin calls it.
They were hassling him.
I was flirting with him.
Speaking of rerolls, Junk Garage sends one to Nega Oryx.
Drunk
Yay!
garage.
Yes.
Oh, junk
Junk
garage.
garage.
Junk garage.
Oh gosh, that's what I call my ooh.
What do you have?
And
up there?
don't forget,
It's where men's junk goes.
Oh,
Get
I thought you meant you had lost some trash in there.
don't forget,
it? Ooh.
You're gonna get toxic.
you
shots.
have your team of interns that can take the hit on one of these things
That
for
is
you
true.
if you
You voluntarily took this.
How many interns did we fit in the bump and grind?
They have their own vehicles.
Yeah, they show up, and
They all
show
have-
up 15 minutes later.
They lifted there.
Oh, they did.
It's just one after the other.
They won't share.
Brandon after Brandon after Brandon.
And,
They're all Brandon.
and we won't reimburse.
No,
No, they had
Don't
it
do
out of their
that.
own pocket.
you work for free. You work for free.
Yeah.
No,
All
they,
right.
they probably took the Q line. We're downtown.
What would you like to do? I
So
think
much
Quentin.
about Detroit.
I've been there a couple of times.
Interesting.
Quentin doesn't seem inclined to even set foot in the building.
Hmm.
It's a terrible stuff.
Honey, are you okay?
Honey.
I'm fine. It's so. If you could smell it, it is literally the worst scent I've ever smelled.
I can smell it. I'm right behind you.
Maybe we need to take some precautions with our breathing.
Respirators,
apparatus.
or send the interns to get some respirators or something.
Yeah, I guess, let's do that. You're the delegator. Delegate.
Oh, well, okay. Okay.
No, you're the manager of the interns. Tell them to get some breathing masks.
Could you guys get the stuff that she wants? What was it?
So just to be clear, they can absorb one stress meltdown for you. You have to kind of justify how that might work. Or they can do one dangerous or annoying task for you during this mystery. So if you want to use them to get respirators, you can do that.
But then they're gone?
But then that's it. Yeah.
But I think
I thought they
this is a toxic.
Let's just make one of the brands.
You can also make a technology roll to get respirators for everyone.
I don't think we're gonna be able to find the source of the smell if we have respirators on.
I'm sure I can find the face thing that you want me to find. I don't think we need to send the Brandons.
The Brandons!
I can totally do it.
I'm assuming Olive hires them all, and she's like, "What's your name, Brandon? Great."
You're in. You're in.
Michael, no, I'm sorry. There's
We're only
nothing
looking for
you.
Brandons.
We only hire Brandon.
I told her my name was Jeremy, but she wrote down Brandon on my badge.
Brandon, shut up.
The first one was not Brandon, and the rest have been.
Okay, you said technology?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the highest there?
4.
4. Great. So you get a mostly positive result of your action, but you must include a negative or humorous effect.
Okay.
So you decide to procure.
So Olive assumes
Respirators.
that everything can be found at Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
So she gets coffee filters for them, which while they might actually work because they are filtering stuff, that's what she actually thinks she was supposed to get for them.
And do they have rubber bands that you can keep them on your face, or you just have to hold the coffee filter?
They don't have rubber bands. What she did was she brought from her own collection of actual hair barrettes and accessories. She clipped them on.
Okay.
So she's like, you get a unicorn.
Thank you.
You get my favorite sparkle bear. And do you want it? I got one with hearts on it. Yeah, I get it. Yes, I do.
Oh, that's so funny. She got one with hearts on it. Let me just adjust it right here.
No, I can do it myself.
And I can do it as well. Get those hands out of here. I'll tell you when they're needed.
This is so illegal.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
But I
should. I shan't.
So now properly equipped with coffee filters strapped to your face.
Yay!
Praise Gosling.
Praise Gosling.
Gosling rules.
You enter the Excelsior Theater. What would you like to do to investigate here?
Well, I would like to pull out my my EMF detector.
Okay.
What is it called?
Electrometal funk.
Electro. Out of character. What are those?
I don't know.
EMF is great.
EMF.
What does it stand for?
I like that the last word's funk because it's a
Electro-
smell of funk.
I think it's electromagnetic field or something like that, but it might be something
That makes
similar
sense.
to that.
Electromagnetic
Listen,
field.
my
Yeah.
ghost detector.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My EMF.
Oh, that thing that goes bing, 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 bing. Well, you're
Right.
pointing it at the.
Right, that thing, yeah.
I was gonna say you're doing a pinball machine.
No, it's the thing. It's it's large, and then you pull the thing, and then you slap, 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 slap.
That's pinball.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I have Sonic Pinball on my computer at home.
Were you good
I've
at
got all 3 of the top scores. So,
it? At home?
right. I'm the only one to play.
A real pinball wizard.
Huh?
It's a
I'm
song.
15.
It's a song. It's the Who. How do you? You're 15. How do you not know the Who?
I only listen to
Who?
This American Life. And this podcast called Freakonomics.
Give me a technology roll to use your EMF detector.
D3.
3. Do you want to use any of your... Okay.
4.
4. All right. So describe the mostly positive result, but it has a negative or humorous side effect. You get out your... First of all, what does your EMF detector look like?
It's like pretty classic. So it's like a big box, and then it's got the blip radar screen on it, and then like a ribbed handle to fit the fingers and everything.
And then does it have some sort of antenna or tube or anything like that?
Some pokies.
It has some pokies. Okay, so you get it out and fire it up, and what if anything do you detect?
I think just with the coffee filter, she's having a hard time reading the screen. So she can kind of hear it fine, but she's sort of like...
You have to tilt your head.
The depth of field is wrong.
Okay. All right.
Can't 100% use it at 100% capacity, I guess.
Okay. All right. And it picks up what?
Oh my god, I keep forgetting I have to do this.
I have to do my job.
Something. Picks up something.
Yeah.
It's beeping.
Yeah. It is what sort of activity is it picking up? Is it picking up extraordinary radiation? Is it picking up infrared something? Is it ghosts?
Like
like
ectoplasm.
Yeah, like
energy.
Ethereal kind of.
Right, that.
Yeah. Okay, so there's some sort of ethereal disturbance in the area.
Right.
Is it really strong? Is it faint?
Where we are by the door, no.
Okay, so you're getting some faint ethereal disturbances, or just faint disturbances in the ethereal plane out here by the door. Does it have any kind of signature to it at all, or it's just sort of like this faint kind of like?
Oh yeah, it's always a beep.
Mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always a beep.
All right. October's picking up something on her.
Oh, well done, you. I'm going to communicate with it and find out what it wants, give it its options, that kind of thing.
How are you planning to communicate with this spirit thing, whatever it is?
I believe I am going. Well, I'm just going to talk to it. I'm just going to say things out loud. You are allowed to do that with ghosts.
Okay.
That's how you do. That's how you talk to
That's
ghosts.
what Zach does on Ghost Adventures.
It's.
I told you to stop watching that trash.
But Zach is so cool.
You're going to be a wonderful father one day.
All right. I am. Why don't you give me an academics roll? Let's do it that way.
Okay.
You have 3 dice in academics.
Unidos Trace. That's a 6.
6!
Ooh.
2 more points. All right.
2 more franchise
Wait, does
points.
she get more dice too?
No.
Oh.
All right. So you start talking to this ghost. What are you saying? What happens?
It's got great acoustics. And I say,
okay, so you're standing in the lobby.
Yeah, standing in the lobby. I have one of those like time to sit down, like ding ding ding, ding ding ding. You know.
I don't know what do you mean?
A triangle?
No, it's a very small xylophone that people use and a mallet. In theaters,
people use
in the theater, and they walk around. They go ding
I know what you're
ding
talking about.
ding.
Yeah, I've
ding,
never.
ding, ding.
Yeah, I've never seen this.
Okay, well it happens, and it means it's like the lights in the lobby like flicker a little bit,
End
but then
of intermissions.
Yeah,
go back to your seats.
exactly.
Kind of thing.
Ding ding ding
Okay.
ding
Making
ding
this up, they're both
ding.
lying.
All right.
Yeah, cohorts in Lytown.
And I say, well, welcome us to the Excelsior. We are the inspectors, and we're going to lay out your options. So the first thing we want to know is what you want. Second thing that you need to know is our job is to get rid of you. And the last thing that you need to know is this does not have to be violent. Ding, ding, ding.
Uh-huh. And what happens when you say this?
Oh, yeah, I got a 6, huh?
Yeah.
The ghost... or whatever it is. Do I have to say what it is, or we're doing
Well,
one
so
of these
you
now?
can spend 2 of your points to fill in one of these things. You might want to start with, we thought it was just a something.
Why, that feels innocuous because we're immediately going to find out what it is, right?
I don't know. You can fill this stuff in any order.
Okay, I'll fill something in. And I'll do it your suggestion. Fine. Okay, a type of monster. We thought it was just a one of those. We'll do heffalump. Thought it was a heffalump, like a bubble, like heffalumps and woozles.
Yeah.
like a balloon elephant.
Yeah.
Pooh Bear was scared of him.
Yeah.
We thought it was.
We thought it was the psychedelic trip of a cartoon bear.
Who thought that?
I literally think everything's gonna be a heffalump.
I didn't
And
think so.
look, they're stinky because they're like enormous pachyderms.
I did literal research and I never once thought that.
Okay.
Oh, we never thought that. Well, what did we think it was?
You can think that.
No, I totally thought it was a heffalump.
Okay,
all
great.
of
It's
Billy
now a
thought
heffalump.
that.
It's a
I really
heffalump.
did.
It's a heffalump.
I mean, so that's what can be introduced in this scene is that so she, contacts this spirit.
I don't know much about heffalumps, but the thing about Winnie the Pooh is that each one of the creatures is actually like a sort of a form of like a mood disorder, a depression, anxiety, it's all, each one of them is a perfect representation of that.
And this one is overdosing. This is opioids.
I'd like to pull a bag of treats out of my purse. And you can tell it's just like a bag of Milano cookies or something that's been like unrolled and already opened and there's kind of like crumbs everywhere. But Olive has clearly duct taped it and written in Sharpie "Heffalump treats." And she just kind of starts shaking it around everywhere because she's convinced.
Okay, all right. So you ring this chime and you say, we're here, we know you're here, we're here to get rid of you. This doesn't have to be violent. And suddenly there's this ethereal manifestation of this strange mammoth-like creature.
No, we thought it was that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
This is what you first think. You're still investigating.
Oh, we're still investigating. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
so this is what appears to you at first, right? Is this weird heffalump kind of, but it looks like a giant kind of like stuffed toy, but sort of skeletal and ragged, and it has kind of skeletal bat wings instead of like angelic kind of fluffy wings, and its eyes are two sort of burning coals.
Not wings, ears, and the ears make it fly.
Okay, yeah.
So bat wings for ears.
Yeah, it has bat wings for. Oh, that's even worse, right? And as it floats through the air, you can see tufts of hair just kind of like peel off and float, ethereally behind
the
it.
worst part somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I think that, and it does communicate somehow.
So you
I got a 6.
scatter.
Shaking the bag, and when I see it do that, I want to go, and take a cookie out and crack it and just kind of chuck it toward, like to land on the floor near it.
I would say, contact doesn't really apply to monsters so much. So I'm going to give you, this is sort of like craft a theory, kind of try and solve the problem. So give me an academics roll to see if this, how this
We
works.
have the library.
We do have the library.
If you'd like to use dice from the library, you're welcome to do
please.
that.
I feel like Olive knows a good amount about heffalumps.
You also have one more reroll from Yap Yap 92.
Oh.
I feel like, Olive has read one book, and it's that book over and over
It's
again.
just it's the Tao of Pooh.
Yeah.
She's read.
There's not much that Olive knows, but she stands Winnie the Pooh. So, how many? Do we just use one?
I mean, you can use, I guess, as many as you want,
yeah.
but then when they're gone, right? Like
I think just one's fine,
the
right?
library's empty. All right, very good.
I can't wait to see.
That sounded confident. 3.
3, not
Reroll.
great.
Oh, I can re-roll.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, wait. I want 3, right?
Well, we just have so many
She throws a
rerolls.
Milana cookie at.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if it were successful? If this
It's up to
dumb
you.
shit.
It's up to you, Negs.
I should have rerolled
Well,
that
this
6.
includes the chance to suggest a single positive effect. So you know
Yes.
what? Let's GM shine for us. What's happening?
Wow,
Yeah,
all right.
I'm excited. I wanna
The
see that.
gauntlet has been
Yeah.
That was a
thrown.
mistake.
Okay.
A monster.
So you throw a Milano cookie out, and
A Milano cookie.
Inspired.
She eats the other half on the other half.
all right,
It's an inspired move.
and
Thank you.
See, it's good.
and the spectral trunk kind of reaches out to grab it greedily, and you can see that its ravenous maw is like actually toothed at the end of its snout. Instead of being like a nose, it actually has like a little fanged
That
mouth.
thing.
Yeah, like a
purple worm.
like a purple worm. Yeah, so the end of its snout is fanged like that, and it reaches out to grasp this thing, but because it's ethereal and the cookie that you threw is material, it just passes straight through it. and the thing plunks to the floor, and the snout just keeps searching and pawing to try and pick it up, and it can't do it, and eventually it gives this roar in frustration. This is a horrid scream.
I want Olive to go, oh my god, that's so embarrassing for it.
For it.
Is there a possibly positive or minor effect as a result of this part of the encounter?
Ooh. I really liked that Milano. I'm in a great mood. That lifted my spirit.
You get the second half. You get the second half.
I get both halves of the
You go and
cookie.
pick it up and eat the
Oh
rest
my
of
god! What is wrong with her?
all right. Quentin, you have managed to steal your guts and put the coffee filter over your face and trudge forward into the lobby of the theater where you see your fellow co-workers dutifully going about their investigations. What would you like to do?
I would like to. How about we've got all this fancy equipment. I'm not great at it these days because I don't like the equipment. But he's gonna just pick out one of the just something from the van, just at random that he thinks might be useful for this. It's looks like a kind of like a vacuum cleaning device that straps to your back.
It's a Luigi's Mansion situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of October's creations.
I love Luigi's Mansion.
He's like, and then I'm just gonna go and try and catch the
heffalump thing with the weird vacuum device. All right. Well, this is definitely a technology roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to use the bank at all or not?
Sure, I'll use one bank. Just because I think
Bank. Oh.
All right. Very interesting.
because this could go real fun.
This could go interesting.
Damn it, I'm so good at rolling.
Okay. What did the bank die roll though?
3.
3. Okay. You just lose that. That die goes away.
Can I re-roll to see if I can do better, worse?
He wants to do worse.
Yeah. We are going to go with the stacking rerolls where your second one costs 2, right?
That's fine. Thank you, Tanak.
Very nice.
I gotta stop rolling 6s.
Wow. Did better with the bank. Roll a 6 for the bank.
Well, you get an extra die into the bank. So not only does this one go back to the bank, but you actually earned another
Damn
one.
it, Eric.
Okay, so 2 to...
All right. So you tell me what happens. You go into Apollo and retrieve this experimental ectoplasmic vacuum device that October has been testing.
What are the next line? But it turns out it was a blank.
Yeah, you don't have to fill these in any order, right? So it turns out it was a adjective blank that threatening to action verb, do something, to something, someplace, someone, and it has a secret weakness of whatever. So yeah, you got a 6, so you get to fill in one of those if you so choose.
Okay. I'm gonna say it threatens to possess.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, very good.
That Hufflepuff trying to possess me? No.
All right.
Your handwriting's great.
Thank you. All right. So how does this play out in the fiction? How do you ascertain this?
He begins after the scream, basically Nopes grabs the vacuum Luigi's Mansion thing and just starts walking up to it and trying to vacuum it up. Mm-hmm. And it the creature's its etherealness just sort of is drawn into the thing like smoke, and then eventually the creature is completely sucked into the device, and Quentin thinks of himself I did it, I'm the hero.
Yeah.
But other shapes are forming.
Oh,
other ethereal shapes.
Shit.
And
yes.
it seems like that these are maybe more manifestations of something. Like something is creating this shape. Like the shape wasn't the thing. It's something else that's creating these shapes.
Okay, so yeah. All right. Very good. Very good. I will let me just embellish that a little bit. I'm going to say that there's some sort of indicator on this vacuum device.
Nothing showed up into it, or like.
Well, no, like it measures psychic energy or something like that, and there was like a sudden spike when you sucked the thing in, and like of like psychic energy.
Yeah.
Whether
or
it was
October could have seen it on her.
Sure. Yeah. That works too. Yeah.
Like I was like, well, I've done it, and it's like beep 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 beep.
All right.
Oh, crap sandwich.
So
Sorry, I said crap.
I feel like when these other shapes show up, that's kind of a shock for you guys. So I want everybody to give me a stress roll with 2 dice.
Ooh, I mean, I did my research, so I knew it was coming.
So you take the lowest result.
Oh God.
Keep that in mind. That stress is the lowest result.
Oopsie daisy.
No.
I'm gonna reroll.
You got to reroll.
All right.
What do we want?
That's true.
What do we want?
So you want at least probably a 3.
Well, that's better,
Okay.
I guess.
I got a 3.
I would still say reroll.
It's
that.
2 more.
yeah?
2 more to reroll again.
It's
It's 1 for the first one, 2 for the second
You're
one.
really good at rolling.
I'm doing a reroll.
Okay, 4.
4 is good.
You can do
Four's
better.
good.
Yeah, you can do better than
Rerolls,
2
yeah.
for sure.
No, I cannot.
All right. So you have 2 choices. You can either. So she got a 1. You
I
got
got
a
a
3. You lose a die from an appropriate skill.
What is appropriate about this?
No,
What is appropriate?
I'm gonna let you decide that because it's you're just reacting to this.
Fear.
Technology, because it was vacuum. It was vacuum land.
All right.
Vacuum
That's your
land.
max. You can leave that. This can be your current.
Oh, I see.
See, because you can get dice back.
Okay.
You got a 5. All right. Doesn't do anything to you. Yeah.
4.
4. All right. So you're annoyed. You suffer a 1 die penalty to your next roll, no matter what it is.
That's not
So you-
worse necessarily.
All right. But unfortunately, Olive, you have 2 choices. You could burn the Brandons on this and avoid.
I would.
Brandon's protect me.
I would say, like maybe, like you don't have to use this. Maybe as like the weird shapes show up and we're all freaking out a little bit. One of the Brandon shows up with coffee that you ordered or something like that. And then you're completely distracted.
I do like that, but do we want to save the Brandons?
No, get rid of them. Also, what are you gonna dunk your Milano cookie in?
Thank you.
That's a good point.
Come on, you always look out for me.
I look out for everyone. I'm a very good mother. One day.
Okay.
All right. So
Carol?
So these haunting shapes appear, kind of these spectral haunting shapes appear, and you dispatched the Brandons to get you some Tim Hortons, and 3 of them come walking in with your order just in time to see all of this. You would normally be overwhelmed by the strange parade of characters which is manifesting here, but you're focused on the coffee. So they're standing there just like wide-eyed in panic.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, thank you. And you take the coffee away from them, and then they run screaming out of the building.
I'm sorry, how do you say thank you?
Thank you so much.
All right, very good. So what you see what you notice about these characters is they all appear to be different fictional characters from different plays that were staged here at the.
Oh, and some superheroes.
And a couple of superheroes. Yeah, there's also characters from movies that were maybe shown here as well, but they all seem to be part of like the fictional life of the theater that was displayed on the stage, and. What are you gonna do? They're swirling around you, and it looks like they're kind of like taking dives to maybe try and pass through you and things like that. But you're ducking away. Well, what do you do? How do you react? How do you respond?
Well, if there are different characters or potentially even actors, I think the scariest thing for an actor is rejection, right? So. Should we make them audition and then choose none of them?
Is that their secret weakness?
Yeah. Not getting the part.
It's rejection.
I'm so good at this.
All right. Their secret weakness is rejection.
I mean, I would be good too. I have such high standards, and I would never, if anyone says otherwise, it's
But can't you?
I shan't.
Yes, I'm not deterred by your rejection. I am, in fact,
You said turd.
I'm not deterred of rejection.
What?
All right.
I'm spurred on forth. I'm inspired by your
A
rejection.
spurred turd.
So far you're standing in the lobby and these characters are sort of swirling around you. What would you like to do to further investigate what's going on here?
Oh, are we investigating?
What was you tell us your plan?
No, my plan was to get Marcus
Drake.
I almost booped you. To get him in here and give some really good old fashioned Hollywood rejection.
Oh, right, because he's from Los Angeles,
Yes.
California.
But that's only if these are who I think they are.
I mean, they can be.
I know, but
Nobody knows who it is until somebody says it.
you're right. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is reject one of them. So I look for one who looks like I don't know. What is the All My Sons Willie?
Hello?
Is his name?
Oh, Willie Lomas?
Yeah, Willie Loman.
From
Yeah.
Death of a Salesman?
Death of a
Yeah.
Salesman.
Willie Loman. Give me Willie Loman. And I look at him and I just tell him, because he's actually primed for rejection. Like, this guy loses it at the end of the play, right? Like, doesn't he commit suicide?
Yeah, he commits suicide. Yeah.
Okay, great. So
Spoilers for
I'm
this
gonna. So that it's already a sad sack of a character. So I'm just gonna move it forward a little bit and say look. So I call Willie over, or I walk up to the Willie character and I say, "Your sons don't love you. Your wife doesn't love you. You're never gonna make any other money. Like, you are going door to door. It's a racket, and the internet's gonna kill anything that you have. And look out for Jeff Bezos, because door-to-door sales is out of here. You will not survive another day. In fact, I'm going to escort you to death's door forever." The answer is no.
All right. So give me an academics roll, because you're testing your theory out here.
Okay. Let's see what happens. That's a 4, but I have one more reroll, and I would like to reroll it.
We have 2 table rerolls.
Okay.
Oh, awesome. A 5. I'll go with a 5.
All right. So describe the result.
So Willie Loman, or the actor, the ghost of the actor playing him, actually looks at me and says, "Thank you. I've been trapped in this dimension for way too long, and all I've needed was the straw that broke the camel's back to actually finish out the role of my character, where he does commit suicide, and he's very happy and blessed, and he winks out of existence."
Oh, all right.
Yikes.
So I'm like, I don't know if that proves anything. He was already primed for super very depressed and all of that, and we know how his story ends, so I don't know if perpetuating a storyline that where a character succeeds would actually work. But for a failed character, a tragic hero, I think it will work.
Well, what if we did your other plan of holding a fake audition and then just saying no to all of them until they're gone?
I really like that idea. Yeah, I do
I feel like
idea.
maybe we don't involve Mr. Drake, but Quentin seems like he thinks he's hot shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hot poop. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Who's
why?
teaching you this language?
Oh my god.
She's right at you.
Of
No,
course.
I didn't say anything.
Yes, you did, and I saw it.
I'm not gonna braid your hair for you anymore. You said you weren't gonna talk.
Are you a dirty birdie?
Kathy Bates? Okay.
You're a dirty birdie.
So just to clarify here, sort of like, what it's trying to do. It's trying to possess people.
Okay.
You don't know what it actually is.
Oh, no, we don't.
I mean, you know that there's a bunch of spirits here, but you don't know what's causing that.
Okay.
And you don't know who it's trying to possess, or what its goal is.
Should we just decide those now?
Well, you should investigate to try and figure out what they are, right?
Oh, got it.
investigate.
Well, I did a good investigation. I rejected something or made it feel so bad it disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you earned a point for that. All right. So you're in the lobby.
What is it, Olive?
So we do know that it is trying to possess something.
Yes, that's been established because Quentin used the ghost vacuum machine, and there was
It's Luigi Mansion gun.
Luigi Mansion gun, and there was a spike in psychic energy that you recognize as being attached
EMF
to
detector.
Psychic possession.
Okay.
In Ghost Adventure slang, you're feeling some really heavy energy in this room right now.
Whoa, dude! Whoa, dude! Whoa, dude! Whoa, dude! Whoa, dude! Whoa, dude! Whoa!
I'm getting really emotional right now.
I feel cold.
Why didn't I play Zach for this game? Let's play again.
Okay. What if we try and maybe just avoid the specters and find the source of their power?
I like that.
You know, I've watched a lot of old movies, and sometimes in old movies there's like a trapdoor in the stage, or like a secret
The stage itself, of
hidden in the
course.
rafters.
It was very, very shocking that as October was saying that, she fell through the trapdoor. She was specifically describing it. Was kind of serendipitous in a way.
Whoa!
Yeah. But we found it in the end. So I guess we got there.
So you're walking through the lobby and kind of like describing your theory to the rest of the group when all of a sudden the floor just opens up and there's this huge cloud. There's this huge cloud of dust that swirls up into the lobby area, and you have fallen through a weak spot in the floor down into the bowels of the theater underneath, where the green rooms and the dressing rooms, and it's the dark kind of like completely unlit hallways, and just the choking dust around you assaults your senses. Fortunately, you have your coffee filter over your nose.
This is probably a real gang sign.
Yeah. Why don't you roll 2 stress for me?
Oh no!
What if I roll an athletics?
Yeah.
That's a 2.
2. All right.
Let's see.
Let's see if you can improve on
That's
that.
some right rolls. And
That's worse.
one. Do I have to take the worst?
It's well,
You can,
yeah. You have to
use
take the
2
lower
rerolls
one.
To
Okay, this is the last try. I'm not trying to break a leg right now. 3.
3.
Nice.
Losing a die from appropriate skill. I would say probably athletics sounds appropriate.
I only have 1.
Oh, well, I'll let you pick, but
Well, I mean, that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
So
all right.
it's 0, so
you're down
I
to 0.
automatically fail.
athletics checks at this point.
Sprained your ankle.
Ow! My hemorrhoids.
Whoa, that's so weird that you said trapdoor and immediately fell into a trapdoor.
It's also weird that you have hemorrhoids. I mean, I'm an old man and I have them, but you're.
I think they're actually bed sores, but it's easier to say hemorrhoids.
Just so you know, not a deal breaker.
So the 3 of you that kind of like look down in through this, like where this trapdoor was apparently underneath the carpet. The carpet tore away, and you're staring down at Olive as she's
Not
sort of,
Olive.
Oh, I'm sorry, October, as she's sort of
The
like
O names. It's hard.
a little bit like shuddering a little bit and looking around. And I assume you shine kind of like light down upon her.
Are
Whatever.
you all right?
I think so. My butt hurts.
Can it be the old storage for all the costumes?
Do I fall into a dress?
A pitchy cooch?
I fall into a
You fall onto a moldering pile of old costumes and dresses you've fallen onto, and so they kind of crumble a little bit. But you do, you fall onto what looks like it must have been a wedding dress for some sort of thing.
October!
But you
What is
fall
the olive?
you fall into it, and the veil falls over your face.
Oh God, I've gone partially blind.
Can you check and see if that's my size?
What's your size?
Oh my god, don't make me say it out loud. Just can you look it
It's
up and
-2.
down? So much.
Not that I notice these things.
What's my size?
Oh.
So I mean, like, yeah, it happened like one time. I know it. Like, I don't want to tell Madriana about it or anything because I know it would like totally crush her. But come on, why would he say he knew my size out loud like that? They're gonna know. No one can ever know.
I think Lothario is a characteristic that we have now unlocked for Quentin. That seems most appropriate.
Lothario, what is that?
He's a lover.
A man of the various
Persuasion.
Yeah.
Really? I've never
Don
heard that
Juan.
before.
Yes, a Don Juan. Yes,
Ooh.
Lothario.
Okay. Where does that come from? It's just everyone
Probably
knows what
Shakespeare.
that
I would
is.
guess so. With a name like Lothario, it's probably
Yeah,
Shakespeare.
either that or George Lucas.
Well,
by
you
the
know
way,
the truth, right? George Lucas is Shakespeare. He's a vampire.
Oh.
He's a vampire. That's one of my theories.
Okay, it's actually George Lucas.
Okay.
George Lucas the vampire.
Ciros and Tanox send
This
rerolls
actually
to
makes a lot of sense.
Havana.
It's actually part of my original vision that Puck was actually a demon that stalked them.
Spoon Galaxy sends a reroll to Negaora.
Yes,
All right. Okay. What do you want to do to either help your friend
Do
or
we need to
go down? And...
Oh wait, are they trying to possess George Lucas, or is it George Lucas?
I don't know. Do you want to spend your points putting George Lucas as the monster or as the target?
I don't want to spend anything on George Lucas.
Okay.
Okay, great.
All right.
That was just a sick burn on George Lucas, not a commentary on this game.
Oh no, that
just
was
don't
my
want-
reaction.
He's only made
Yeah.
1.5 good movies.
That's right. He's only made $4
So-
billion.
But maybe the ghosts don't know that.
That's
So
true.
they're
That's
trying to
true.
possess.
I'm good
They've
with
only
that.
seen the first 3.
I'm good with it.
They're trying to possess George Lucas.
Yeah, they're trying to possess George Lucas.
Let's do it.
Wait, are they trying to possess
No,
George Lucas?
he is the monster.
He's the monster, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's the
yeah.
monster.
George Lucas is trying to possess
Type of
George
monster.
Lucas.
And that's why he hates rejection.
What do you do to how do you determine this? Is my question.
How do you tell us? How do we determine?
Usually, you do some sort of investigation as a result of what your action is.
Well,
you
I fell in a wedding dress.
Therefore, it's George Lucas.
All right.
Help me out here.
Okay,
You said Lothario.
Is there's other stuff there? It's not just a wedding dress.
Yeah.
Is there perhaps super sad backlogged copies of,
Oh,
movies or games
And
related
Ewok
to...
costumes.
I need my gloves. Someone throw down my gloves. I don't want to touch anything. I'm covered in dust.
Oh yeah.
I have allergies.
Yeah.
Achoo.
Are the
All right, here are your
spectral
gloves.
shapes still there?
Why do I have
Are they
them
still
here?
They're in the lobby. They're up in the lobby.
I know. I'm
Sneezing in it.
sneezing into my own face. I ripped the coffee filter.
I don't think there's any down below. I think it's curiously quiet down in the weird underbelly of the.
Oh,
I'm sneezing
you
a
thought it was a wedding dress, but it was a Princess Leia, the white.
Oh, the Leia
New Hope.
robe. Yeah. With the veil.
with the veil,
Sure.
the classic veil. Right.
Well, she did
Now
have
it's George Lucas.
she had a hood. It's just moth bitten, so it looks like it's.
There you go.
Yes.
I like it.
Okay.
I don't think that's what Tom's looking for.
I'm asking you to make investigation actions of some kind.
All right, I'm trying.
Okay.
After I'm done
Go.
sneezing,
Go ahead,
okay?
give
Someone
me
has to throw me my gloves.
Here, I don't know why I'm holding on to them, but yeah, here they
I
are.
failed the athletics check to catch the gloves.
Okay.
Oh, my face.
Give me an academics roll to investigate.
I gotta put my gloves first. Hold on.
in the costume storage.
They go all the way up to here.
Yeah.
Because you never know how deep you're gonna have to go. Wait,
Academics.
what? Academics. Okay, 4.
Yay, you're gonna win.
You're good at that.
That's a 5.
All right. So describe. You get a point. Describe what you
Okay.
discover.
Also, someone throw down my my Sonic the Hedgehog headlamp, please. Oh, ow, my face.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Turn on my headlamp because I assume it's dark down here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to
Yeah.
start.
We only have like 40 hours left. You gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. That's what Sonic would say.
Yes. In fact, should we sing Gangsta's Paradise?
Living in a gangsta paradise. I only like the Weird Al version. Amish Paradise. One of my top favorite songs of all time.
What's your favorite lyric? Mine is-
Jebediah's in the barn. He's milking cows.
I like churning lots of butter.
So you get your Sonic the Hedgehog lamp
Oh,
on.
it's Sonic the Hedgehog gloves too.
And gloves. Okay. Are they're blue and they have.
Sonic has white gloves.
Sorry. They don't go up to his elbows though.
Well,
Right.
it depends on which game.
He has the hand wraps of one of the games.
When he's ballroom dancing, it's longer.
Sonic scene.
All right, I'm gonna start looking around in the costume
Okay.
room. As I'm looking through the piles of stuff, I'm trying to touch it too much. But I find a diary.
You find a diary. Oh, okay. So as you're going through the costume piles, there's what does it look like? What is the book? The diary
It
book
says
look?
on the front, no one can read this except George Lucas.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my
Is it
God.
George Lucas's childhood diary? Is that what you?
This is adult man diary.
Is it the old man diary?
It's name pitches. It's name pitches for characters, and under at the top, it's it says Lothario, and then it's like it's devolutions of Lothario until it gets to Jar Jar.
Jar Jar. Ladies man, Jar Jar.
Lothario,
Yeah.
Jathario.
Lotharthar.
This is bullet journal, so it's a lot of things. But yes, one is just name ideas for upcoming films he might create.
Uh-huh. And so as you open this diary of George Lucas, what do you discover? What?
This is crazy.
That's on 2 levels. You were laughing through it and in your character voice, so we had no idea.
Like
We just heard.
You literally just spit laughed through your own teeth. That's all I heard.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, okay.
I have allergies. It's the last. I flipped to it. It's all like really dumb, weird stuff, and I flipped to the last page, and it says, "I'm dying."
Oh no!
And to my dying breath, I swear, I will possess. I will possess.
And then it just trails off.
No, the
right?
guy who does the lens flares.
J.J. Abrams.
The lens flare.
But it just says the guy who does the lens flare.
Oh my god. Oh,
With my
no.
dying breath, I will use all the spirits of this theater to possess the guy who does the lens flares, my arch nemesis.
Yes. Yes. There. Can we spend all of those? Can we spend all of those? Because it's definitely a dying George Lucas, and then possess the guy who does lens flares.
No, he's dead. Those are just dying words on his diary. Hey guys!
This is my favorite game I've ever played.
Okay. All right. So
I found George Lucas's bullet journal.
I don't know who that is.
Nobody knows who that is. October.
I think he directed E.T. Extraterrestrial.
No, that was Steven Spielberg, and actually he shares kind of the same name as me, Essenberg. So we're both like something kind of related.
Jesse Eisenberg, as seen in Zombieland.
Yes.
all right. So you know that the spirit or the decaying spirit of, I guess it's a vengeful George Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
He's a petty George Lucas. Please write petty. Tom, you're writing too many letters to be writing petty.
Ah, Tom Petty. But he can look. This is an infinite person. He can also be vengeful.
I mean, pettiness is vengeful at its least organized.
All right. So you find this diary that
It's a bullet journal!
this bullet journal that proclaims George Lucas's extremely petty vengeance to resume the helm of the director of Star Wars by possessing J.J. Abrams.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you crying?
It's just so sad. His weakness is rejection.
Well, because he never experienced it. Everyone was like, sure, Jar Jar's fine. Episode 1 fine.
Except for all of the fans who are like, you suck! I hate you! This is
he-
horrible!
has
You
he
ruined
experienced
it!
Has he actually experienced it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
What a sad commentary on George Lucas's life.
We thought we were being silly, but we were really.
Like cracking the nut of the internet. Yeah,
We're the mean girls here.
yeah we're the mean
Oh,
girls.
this is our burn book.
Yeah.
All right, so your the investigation phase is largely concluded, unless there's something else you want to do to continue to kind of polish with the dimensions of what this particular
wait.
threat is.
There's something on the page after this.
Oh, yeah.
It's a drawing of Jar Jar Binks naked with big titties.
I don't think that's relevant to.
Can you bring it back up, October?
How am I gonna get back
Oh,
up there?
wait, I know exactly what we have to do, and you all said it. We have to show him Twitter. We have to show him Twitter, but how are we going to do it without any Wi-Fi connection? We have to blast that shit through the projection onto the enormous screen of the theater. But somehow we need...
What will Twitter teach him?
It will
that
show-
people don't like it.
Yes, it will show him the crux of rejection.
Well, how are we going? I only have a phone that only calls my mom because I'm 15.
We'll show him that everyone loves what's happening with Star Wars, except they like what J.J. Abrams doing, not so much most of the other people.
Is he the guy with the lens flare?
Yeah.
That's who he's mad at.
Not that I wouldn't know. I wouldn't watch this.
All right, so
I shan't.
Do not ask me.
so at this point we move into the actual kind of like monster hunting phase of the
We've
game.
got to find George Lucas's ghost.
Gotta find George Lucas's ghost.
So I would say reconvene either at the van, or you could go back to your headquarters and formulate your plan and or gear up there.
Or come into the pile with me.
However you want to do it, but you have an opportunity to kind of like put your heads together, regroup, and gear up and figure out how you want to try and fight this threat that
Well, we know his weakness.
Investigated. Right.
Yep.
So yeah, but my question is like, what do you want to do to gear up and?
Well, I
and-
cannot get out of the hole by myself.
Okay.
My butt hurts. I'm busy staring at this drawing of Jar Jar Binks.
Put that down. It's
I
not
can't
for you.
stop!
Maybe if we go back to the van, we can use that like busted up DVD player to do something with the internet, like you were saying.
Oh yeah, maybe we can use the DVD player to blast Wi-Fi.
I have one academics. So, yeah, that's the idea I came up with.
I mean, I just have a signal booster for, like, Olive's phone in the van if we just want to go get that, but I am stuck in a hole.
Yeah, somebody has to give us an athletics check to get
I'll get you out of that hole.
October out of there, because October
Oh no!
is in trouble. Oh, using the gym dice.
Grab it!
Look
grab
at this.
it!
All right,
Ooh.
six. Why don't you narrate how this works for us?
Careful, I have brittle bone syndrome.
He takes off his tweed jacket.
George Lucas got us.
Yes.
Well done.
He takes off his tweed jacket, and although he's you know a little past his prime, he's still like there is a gym Ryan Gosling has a very active regimen of exercise.
That's all he does. Yeah.
So he and he wants to connect with Ryan Gosling, so he tries to keep up. Quentin literally like just holds on to drops down and holds the edge and grabs a hand and just grabs her by the tuft of the shirt and
I feel like a kitten.
yeah, and just pulls her onto the thing and then
Oh my
pulls
God.
himself up.
Wow, that was really impressive.
Are you doing okay after that?
I landed on my face.
I know. Today I met the man I'm going to marry.
Is this now How I Met Your Mother show?
Yes.
All right. Very good. P.A. Perryman sends 2 rerolls to the table.
Ooh,
Thank you,
Yes.
Peter.
Very good. So that's 4 total. I'm going to put them out here so we don't forget. All right. So you are very impressively retrieved from your sort of sad fate down in the bottom of the costume shop. You guys reconvene at the van.
Good thing I
So,
had my sonic headlamp.
you know that the petty spirit of George Lucas inhabits this theater somewhere and is direly afraid of rejection. What would you like to do to confront this grave threat? And
Well, I think we draw him out, use bait. We just we make him think that J.J. Abrams is here. And the way we do that is you, as the man on the group, you just have to call out more lens flare a bunch. And make him think that it's J.J. Abrams in the theater. Because there is a movie shoot going on. It could be J.J. Abrams' movie shoot.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like prepping. I'm like, okay, JJ will be here any moment. Like, everyone get into places.
Right.
No, you are JJ.
Oh,
you
I'm
have to.
J-
Yeah, he's not
okay.
gonna come out unless JJ's here.
Okay. Yeah.
I also read on the internet that George Lucas loved bananas.
All right, we got 2 ways to bait him.
My mom packed me a snack.
Great.
So we can just leave a banana there. Just
Bananas and and fake J.J. Abrams.
Okay.
and then I'll put the signal boost on your phone if that's okay, Olive.
Do I have to let go of it, or can I keep holding it?
Yeah, I guess you could keep holding it. I just need access to the bottom and the back panel.
Let me just delete some stuff before you do it.
If you take pictures of that Jar Jar Binks.
I want to see what she's got on her phone. I want to see what. No,
Here you go.
I want to see what she's got on her phone. What do I roll for that?
I would say that's probably I'm gonna go with. That's a great question because you're really trying to go pull one over on her, huh?
It feels like contact.
Yeah, I'll go
right?
with contact for that.
Okay, contact. Contact is to. Do I get any bonuses?
You can spend bank.
Oh, yeah. I hope this goes wrong. I hope you
3.
wipe her phone. Ooh, that's not bad.
4. Oh, okay.
All right, 4. So you get to describe the mostly positive results of your action, but you must include a negative or humorous
Oh,
effect.
well, we know what that is.
And this die goes away.
So I definitely see what's on her phone. And,
Oh, no!
and they made a sex tape.
And you were just watching it?
They were-
Did you just see that that's the file, or did you somehow catch a
It
glimpse
says
of photos?
Quentin
or
and
something like-
Olive sex tape.
It's one of these. It's one of these. I grab her phone and I actually have time to go through it. And I'm like, no, what to say? Like I do watch it.
Okay.
Do you jerk it?
Yeah.
Not now, but later.
Put it in the spank bank. Oh my god.
Do you
Adriana.
airdrop it to yourself?
Do you accidentally airdrop it to me? Is that the negative effect?
I airdrop it to everyone, and now it's playing on the projector in the movie theater.
He did say.
What is going on in the sex tape? What are y'all doing?
We don't need to get into that. It's okay.
What? He didn't say what?
No, it doesn't have to be like the worst thing possible. It could just be a negative
He said
effect.
humorous.
Okay.
To me, it's making us giggle. So, sex tape it
Airdrops
is.
to Channel 5 News.
Very good. All right. Just
Yes.
posted straight to Facebook.
Listen,
Our business is gonna boom.
Yeah, you gotta.
there's a lot of
My mom says sex sells.
So give me an technology roll
Oh,
to
we're just gonna
hotwire her
glance
phone.
over that. We're not gonna address this. Because I feel like I need to make this needs to be recorded in an HR report.
a lot of things could be reported to HR, but we choose to ignore a lot of them.
Well, maybe 2 files need to be made for HR reports because you're not the only one, bitch.
What'd you say? What was that?
I said.
Earmuffs.
What a situation.
Listen, we're all adults, and sometimes we have sex with each other. Okay, do we have to make a big deal about it?
Well, you make a big deal out of not having sex with everyone.
Listen, it's you want it too much, all right? And I like it when they order me around.
I don't care what you like. I want you.
Yeah, see, I love that.
You do?
Yeah,
You like that?
I like it when people order me around. All right?
Can I take my
really?
earmuffs
No,
off?
back.
Is that what you did? Let's see.
She said we were at that.
If you just hand me the phone, I can.
No, earmuffs.
Oh.
We were at the party, and she said, "Listen, this is happening right now," and I was like, "Yes, ma'am."
All right. Well, I can do that.
Yeah.
Sign right here.
Is that a waiver?
No, it's an HR report. It says that we're in a relationship.
Oh my god.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Why did you bring that with you?
Because it rolls. Yay! I have a boyfriend.
Speaking of, guess who comes rolling up?
It's Drake.
It's Drake.
No, it's me, Ryan Gosling. Hey, what's up?
Oh, hey, Ryan. How's it
Hey,
going?
I heard you guys had a case, and I just thought I'd come down and
Everything's going
check
top
out,
notch.
see how everything
Top
was
notch.
going.
Nothing.
Is
We're actually almost done.
Elvis Costello? What's happening?
Yeah. What are you petting?
His dick is that big.
Bear.
Oh, it's Bear.
Oh.
I love you, buddy. I love you, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, good.
No, I'm kidding. It's actually my dick.
Harry.
That's what I call Bear sometimes. My dick.
Harry Dick. Yeah, we're actually almost done solving this case. Turns out, you'll never believe, we thought it was just the Heffalump, but it turns out it's a petty George Lucas threatening to possess the guy who does lens flares, but we're going to defeat it with rejection.
Wait, he's trying to possess J.J. Abrams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get into a picture with that guy.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Don't let him get possessed, because that would be
bad.
bad for me, and then therefore
Us.
you.
Right.
And bad for Tim Hortons.
And bad for Tim Hortons,
Yeah.
bad for Marcus Drake, who I'm sure you want to work with as well.
Who?
Have you ever pet a dog before?
He's got a large
Huh?
deer.
This is Hollywood petting.
Yeah, so
He's got a lot of hair. He's a Bernese mountain dog.
Right.
Are you done? Do you need anything else from us?
I don't know. Do you need anything else? Like, I can call into HQ if you need anything.
That'd be great. Wi-Fi.
You need
Oh
Wi-Fi?
no, you got that set up.
You got that set up.
Well, but if the booster would work even better if they gave us access to the satellites
yeah,
for
we-
the entire franchise.
Oh, you need like satellite Wi-Fi booster?
Well, I've got the
That'd
booster,
be
but if
great.
we could connect to the major satellites, that would be even
Also,
more ideal.
I'm sure you have access to it, but the deepest corner of Star Wars Reddit.
Siri, call HQ. InSpectres HQ. Hey, it's the guys.
Yes, Saint Gosling.
A little slow here. Yeah, we need a satellite uplink to major internet backbone.
Hi, everyone at the office. It's Olive.
Oh my God, Olive!
Hi. Oh my God, I miss you.
Did you get my fax?
Oh my, what?
Yeah, uplink should be available in the next 5 minutes.
Oh, awesome! Thank you so much.
Great, so if you just hand me the phone, I can apply the booster manually. With the phone?
Let it go. Oh wait, no, I have it, don't
I
I?
have that.
Well, can I have it?
You are no longer allowed to sleep with Olive. We're in a relationship.
Wait, what?
Earmuffs. We said.
Oh, like you sleep next to.
Hey, guys, if you got everything kind of on lock, I'm going to go have lunch with Angelica Houston, so...
Oh my gosh, she was great in John Wick 3.
Will you tell her? She's great.
In John Wick 3?
John Wick 3.
Was she great, or was
Yeah,
this
she
just
was
kind of...
phenomenal.
You didn't
Okay.
watch it? You're gonna go have lunch with her?
Like
Not yet.
Russian ballet teacher.
I've been busy.
Terrifying.
I got this business. It's called Tim Hortons. It's pretty cool.
And InSpectres.
Well, I got a business that makes me money, and then I have InSpectres.
You know what? I negotiated way down for you today.
Yeah, that's losing me money. That's how I don't make money, is you went from like $5,000 to like literally like $1,200.
Well, I get a $15 a week allowance, so.
Yeah, everything's relative.
Do we have HR paperwork on? This kid looks underage.
We do have HR paperwork, and everything seems to be as in order as it's going to be.
What's the deal with all the Brandons standing over there cowering in the corner, pissing themselves?
Oh, they just, you know how Brandons are.
Yeah,
offered
The
them
good news, though,
catheters.
we're not paying them.
you're getting a promotion.
I know.
Oh.
Business office manager, director.
We'll talk about it.
Remember, he was in that movie where a car did go fast.
Oh, that's right. That was a cute one.
Guys out.
Yeah, God's in.
God's in. Goes out.
All right.
Does this while he's driving and he crashes.
So literally 5 minutes later, you see a helicopter come over.
Great.
And it drops this crate from about 1,500 feet up, and the parachute pops out of the bottom of it. This is
it's
big,
pungent.
huge plastic crate with
a ghillie suit in it.
with all these
Finally.
with all these large metal latches on it. It pops down, and then you kind of hear like a boom, and the sides pop off the side. The four sides pop off of it, and inside there's a green equipment crate. And you open it up, and inside there's a generator attached to a large satellite uplink dish, and internet Wi-Fi boosting modem.
Transmodem. Yeah.
Transmodem.
Transmodem. All right, but let's get fired.
Also, there's a copy of the facts that you missed. It just says, "Hey girl."
Hey girl!
Oh my god.
well, fax him back.
There's a fax machine.
And I just like write on the paper and just kind of like stick it where I found it.
Yeah, great.
Probably work. They're gonna have to take it back at some
And
point.
then you take a picture of it and send it over Instagram.
Yeah.
It's just DM her.
All right, so your plan is to what?
Lure
Recap it
J.J.
for me.
Abrams out with, with
Access
Sorry.
the projector
Yes.
with Olive's phone, with the satellite uplink, and search on Twitter #why George Lucas is rejected. Why we reject George Lucas.
mm-hmm.
Hashtag.
George Lucas. No.
Yeah.
The
Hashtag. No thanks,
Okay.
George Lucas.
Yes.
So you're gonna lure him out with that, and then
No, we're gonna lure him out with a fake J.J. Abrams and a banana.
Can JJ Abrams be like directing me in a scene or something?
Yeah.
Because like, what if the ghost wants to cast me in something?
Yes, and you've got a wig on.
There is a lot of wigs in this crate.
Yeah. It's to get ready for your work with Marcus Drake.
Can I wear a wig?
Yes. I'm
All
also
right.
gonna wear a wig.
What are you doing? What's your
I'm in charge of bringing up the nastiest stuff on Reddit.
okay? All right, very good.
And I'll connect it to
And
the
then-
projector.
And then is your hope that showing him all this stuff will just sort of destroy the spirit?
I'm gonna
Or-
be doing dramatic readings of what I see on screen to make sure that he
He hears
gets
stuff.
it.
Maybe he can't
Oh,
read.
okay.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like,
Not everyone
It's
can
hard.
read.
Yeah. And then, as a final blow, we will recite Jar Jar fan fiction.
His
Okay.
titties bounce. Frolically.
All right, so let's start with an academics roll, and I'm going to give you a bonus die because you have the upgrade, the internet upgrade from chat. Thanks to chat.
Thanks, chat.
So give me a technology roll.
Okay, with an extra dice?
Yeah, with an extra die
So that's 4 for me.
to hotwire the phone.
Sorry, hold on.
All right.
Oh, I got a 6. Well, 6.
So tell me exactly like how you hotwire the phone. Like what's the effect as you plug in to the internet kind of like T1 line or whatever it is.
Right, yeah, I go up in the projection booth and I put your phone on a little table next to the projector, and then I pull out all these wires from my fanny pack. And I'm, connecting the phone here into the projector and connecting it here, and then going into the settings and making sure we're on the appropriate boosted signal. And then I'm downloading the Reddit app.
You're not going to do it over. Oh, you're not going to do it over Chrome.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, you've got like big pipe Wi-Fi from the satellite dish, so the Reddit app downloads and installs in literally seconds.
Okay, I'm not allowed on Reddit, so you're gonna have to take it away.
Yes, I'll take it from here.
Do you not have a fake adult account that you can log into Reddit with?
Why would I do that? That's against the rules.
All right. Very good. All right. So yes, you've mainlined Reddit into the projection booth here. Do you want to take it next?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So this is I'm going to just search on, it's reddit.com/r/George Lucas sucks.
Uh-huh.
I'm going straight there.
Okay. Very good. So give me an academics roll.
Sweet.
What's happening?
I'm gonna do bank.
Oh,
That makes more sense.
we have library stuff.
All right.
Oh.
2 6s.
Whoa.
2 6s.
And we get another bank.
Yeah, you get another bank back. Very good. So you go on to r/George Lucas sucks, and what do you find?
Okay. I find so much haterade for. Oh, I actually find people who also like it's everything. It's like people who hate The Last Jedi and blame it on George Lucas. I find people making like just like using lightsabers as dicks. I find a lot of episode 1. Nothing about pod racing. Everyone's pretty chill about that. No one hates the pod race.
What about midichlorians?
Midichlorians for days. And then also the like just like the child pornography of Amidala and Anakin.
Oh, okay.
Like 14,
The
5-year-old.
weird, the weird relationship dynamic there.
And then lots of like cartoons, like New York Times, Wall Street Journal cartoons of George Lucas, like drawings of him being like a Nazi.
Wow. Okay.
It's bad, and arguably unrelated, but still, it's the worst thing.
Okay, so there's just this like vile screed of anti-George Lucas stuff that then starts playing across the projector in the theater.
Yeah.
All right, and then are you going to do this kind of in tandem, or are you going to do a dramatic interpretation of this, and you're going to direct her? How does this drawing out George Lucas kind of?
I feel like there's an ebb and flow.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd probably be an tandem thing.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
do we roll for that?
All right. There are rules for you to help, and I'm trying. Let me see if I can find those. So one of you helps the other one. I think.
Actually, so it plays out. I make it play out like an in loving memory of, like black and white as you like scroll through memories, but it's in hating memory of, and it's all of the stuff that he did. So it's a very well orchestrated. It's like a setting for Apple Max. It's like a memory. It's like a memory. You know when you get those memory things and they like attach a music bed to it.
That's
So I believe the way that it works is if you're going to help him, then you make your roll, and you have to take one of your dice out of your pool and give it to him. But then whatever's left is what you have left to make your results with. Does that make sense? So if you roll 3 dice and you get a 1, 3, and a 5, you can give him the 5, but that means you have to take a 3 and a 1 for your result.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
We have 4 table rerolls as well.
yes.
And we still have more bank.
Yeah.
Right.
So, how would you like to help with this?
With my charm,
Uh-huh.
my like natural charisma, I'm like really good at talking to people. I just feel
Alright.
like if you put me on a stage, I'll just talk until it makes sense to George Lucas, you know?
Okay. All right. So, go ahead. I will allow a contact roll on this. Yep.
I hope George Lucas isn't watching this.
I doubt he is.
I hope he is, okay?
Wow.
Can I grab one of those?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, that would be pretty cool. I think he'd have a sense of humor about it.
I mean, he's literally has more money than he could ever spend.
Oh, no. This is all very good. 3 was the highest.
There we go.
Choo,
Do it.
choo.
And do it. That reroll. That reroll, though.
One of those. Okay.
Seriously, he gets a cut of every toy.
So
Okay.
4, 3, 3, and 1. Or 6. So what do you want to do? You could give Eric the 3, I guess, as one of the minimum things. Or you could give him the 6 to ensure a success on his part. But then you have to take the 3 as your result.
You could also reroll, too.
That costs 2.
Yeah, I only have 2 left.
We've got
Two
4 on the table.
ones. Okay. Should we re-roll?
Yeah.
All right,
Do it,
let's
do it,
re-roll.
do it.
Re-roll.
All right. Reroll.
Act. You gotta get your act on.
You gotta be better.
So
It's
5,
marginally better.
5, 4, 2, and 3. So
Okay.
you could give either the 5 or the 4 to Eric and still come up with a largely positive result.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you the 5.
Okay.
And I'll take the 4 for me.
Okay.
Love it.
Very good. So, as you do your dramatic reading, describe the mostly positive result of your action, but you must include a negative or humorous effect.
Okay, so
Olive is technically getting the job done in terms of working with what's on the screen. She is adequately conveying the information. It's all there. She sucks. She can't act. So wherever he is, the spirit of George Lucas is like, dear God, with every fiber of the last of my being, I'm just putting out into the universe. No one will ever cast her in any project bearing my name ever again.
Oh wow.
So I think, this is the point at which, like, you start doing the live read or read along of the stuff on the screen, and the movie theater begins to fill with the spectral forms from all of not just like Star Wars movies of characters that he's created, but also like movies that he saw that informed Star Wars. So like all the
Samurai
Flash Gordons, the serials, and the samurai movies.
And George Lucas is like, that acting sounds very wooden. Is that Hayden Christensen?
Wow. My good buddy.
My good buddy.
And so you suddenly see, like, on the stage the spectral manifestation of George Lucas himself, and he's just like pinching the bridge of his nose, and he's like, just read the lines as written. All you have to do is just read the words. Just stick to the script. Just don't emote so much.
I would like to interrupt him directing.
All right, so
You're like backlit by the projector so you can't see your
Yeah.
face.
in your best J.J.
You're
Abrams
creating a lens
guys,
flare.
You are creating your own lens flare.
how do you think this roll goes down? What do you think this is?
I mean,
I feel like it's also a contact roll is the problem.
Unfortunately,
I don't
Why
think
is
you
that
can
a
get around
problem?
that. It's not what it's something you're good at, is it?
No, I mean, I was okay about it till I.
But you got a 5. You've got a 5
I
for
got a
sure,
5.
so you know you're
okay.
gonna succeed.
And I'm gonna take one of those bank dice
Yeah, I think
All right.
just to
Yeah.
really see if I can't kill it. Thanks
Ooh.
for that 5.
Well, let's do the 5.
Yeah. So what happens is I go, no, this is wrong. See that you need to just realize that everything you're doing is perfect for Star Wars. You're going to be the lead in Star Wars. You're going to be the face of Star Wars. People are going to think about Star Wars and they're going to think you. They're going to think no one else but you.
And you hear the spirit of George begin to kind of like pipe up, like, no, listen. This is my franchise.
Excuse me,
These
sir.
are my movies.
Sir, this is a close set.
But I would never cast her. She's terrible.
This weird nerd who has nothing to do with Star Wars.
What do you
out of
mean,
here?
weird nerd? I wrote this. These are my ideas. Every single one of my
See, this
ideas
the
is
problem.
great.
They watch these movies and they think they own it. They think they own it. They don't own it. I own it.
I wrote
J.J. Abrams, am the creator of Star Wars.
I imitate fucking Disney. I'm gonna imitate like Walt Disney himself.
Okay, give me a contact roll.
And I'm going to. So I have a 2. Are there contacts here or no?
What did you roll on that bank?
1.
That was a 1.
That's probably gonna.
All of the bank dice
Yeah.
go away.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So not. Okay, great.
Yep.
I got a 4. It's pretty good. I don't have any more rerolls. So anyway, I got a 4. That's pretty positive?
Okay, so you come on as Walt Disney.
And I say, I am Walt Disney.
Is he British? This is apparently the humorous result as a part of 4.
It's Low Storm Beckbagger.
It sure is. I am Walt Disney, and you will never be a George Lucas films ever again. I will take it over, and you are kicked out of the Mickey Mouse Club.
And as you say this shadow of this giant mouse ears somehow like pops up behind you as the floodlights in the theater go on, and George Lucas begins to whimper. He's like, "Just pay me in cash. Just pay me in cash. Just pay me in cash."
Rejected, and a big stamp. It's how my character would see it. A big stamp comes out of the sky and like stamps
him down.
and says rejected.
And there's just like a little smudge
Fart.
a little smudge brown stain on the baseboard of the theater floor as there's one last wisp of gasoline and vomit that curls up into the air, and the spectral forms all begin to dissolve around the theater, and then the lights come up and the credits roll. The end.
We defeated George Lucas.
Petty
George Lucas.
And at the very end, the lights come on in the theater, and all of a sudden you see the gauze rolls up, and he's like,
The
"Hey."
gauze.
Yeah.
On the screen, he's like, "Great job, guys."
Gauze out.
Hey, friends, this has been the RPG Exploration Society. This has been InSpectres. It is a goofy little game that gets about as weird and or creepy
satisfying,
as you want it to be. So I hope you all enjoyed watching it. I want to remind everybody of a minute or so left to try to make it a donation. Thanks to everybody who donated tonight. We'll be giving away this advanced copy of For the Queen.
Beautiful.
It is a tarot deck size story building game. Ideal if you want to introduce your friends to role playing, but you don't want to get heavily into rolling up a character or mechanics or anything like that. It's a great intro. Very lightweight, very flexible. So, yes, thank you to everyone who donated tonight, who subbed up tonight. We had a great showing on our subs and whatnot, or otherwise retweeted or spread the word. We definitely
Thank you guys, 54.
appreciate all of your passion and support, and obviously the money that you contributed. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this tonight. Let's have a big round of applause for Mr. Eric Reichert, everyone.
Quentin.
Thank you so much. You can always follow me on the social medias at Mostly Shit or Mostly Eric, which is my Twitch channel. And I will be back here on June 9th, 4 more episodes of Scion's New Pantheon on this channel. We got extended. So if you like the silly gods driving around the country fighting stuff, that's tune in for that Sundays at 8 p.m.
Awesome. It's Savannah Mahoney.
Hello, I'm Havana. You can find me on Twitch 5 days a week where I stream video games full time, and that's twitch.tv/Vanna, VANA. And I am currently, I think, 5 followers away from 20K. So if you wanna drop a follow right now, I don't know, maybe we can hit tonight, and I'll be excited. You can also follow me on Twitter. It's Havanarama, HAVANARAMA, where I tweet about when I'm going live there or when I'll be here, or Geek and Sundry or other places that I show up randomly. And then I'll be at E3 if you want to say hi.
Are you previewing any games or anything? What are you excited about for E3?
I'm just like dork around.
Yeah.
Just be like,
I'm a dork around.
last year I went by myself and I just made a zombie attack me for like an hour.
And film it.
I did make somebody else film it, not the zombie.
Oh, okay. I thought you said helmet and zombie and helmet.
And helmet.
Zombie and helmet.
And helmet.
Still life with zombie and helmet. Somebody who's not a zombie, who would never wear a helmet. Amy Vorpal?
I'm all about safety. Yay! I'm Amy Vorpal. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at VorpalSword, VORPAHL, and then sword. You figure out how to spell that. And the one thing I want to tell you about that I'm actually very excited. I am a host of a live late night fictional virtual reality show. Okay, what that means is you can watch it on caffeine.tv. If you think about it like Twitch, that's how you watch it. How we record it though is actually in the VR suits. I'm controlling my avatar. It's live, it's streamed, it's improv, and Havana was on it. I think the second episode. No, the first episode actually.
Oh, was it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they're all on YouTube now. If you just search "Live from the 8th Dimension," we go live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time on caffeine.tv. Where I would love to see some friendly faces all up in there. It's as usual. It's a new show, so it's hard to get a bunch of followers. But if you do that, there's moments at the beginning and end of the show where I just talk to chat. And it's really, really fun. And I just found out we got extended through December.
Whoa,
which is crazy.
That's awesome.
So not only like I'm mainly excited. I'm excited to be like gainfully employed, but also because it's such a fun and like unique show, and no one's doing anything like this. If you can imagine the technology.
Is
and
it
the-
Thursday nights?
It's Thursday nights at 6
Okay.
p.m. Pacific, and it will be until
That's
we
crazy. That's awesome.
definitely through December.
Heck yeah.
It's really really fun and funny, and one of my favorite things I've ever done. So
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Nega Oryx. Boom, 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 boom.
I'm Neko Oryx. You can find me 5 days a week on Twitch. I am a full-time variety streamer who plays a lot of story-driven RPGs. I also have a cough, so...
proof.
Prove it. Oh, there it is.
I was about to say, liar!
That was a fake. Great acting.
Thank you so much. I have a bunch of cool stuff coming up soon, but unfortunately it's under NDA. So follow me on Twitter so when I announce it, you know what it is. It's gonna be exciting.
Does it involve zombies or a helmet?
Neither.
Okay.
But what was...
Dark Phoenix for me?
well, I announced that. That's super fun. Follow along on social media for Twitter and Instagram. On Tuesday, I'm attending the world premiere of Dark Phoenix, the new X-Men movie.
Wow.
So if you want
Red
to see...
carpet?
Wow.
Havana is trying to convince me to dress up for it.
Why wouldn't you? Red carpet.
We've had this conversation.
Chat vote now.
So thank you for having me
Awesome.
today.
Thank you so much for sitting in with us. Thank you, everyone. Hey, everyone. I'm Tom Lummel. You can find me on the internet at 6 Hit Points, where I tweet out my RPG advice. If you have question about the game or what transpired, or questions about your D&D game, or questions about gaming in general, you can hit me up there at 6 Hit Points on Twitter. A big round of applause for Mr. Dom Zook, who's the man behind the cameras and the keyboards. He is now going to do his internet magic and see if we can determine who is going to go home. Who's going to receive this wonderful
Only
copy
one of us
of
gets
For
to
the Queen. You can, if you're interested in it, you can go to evilhat.com and find out more about the game. Alex Roberts is the designer. She designed the game. We're pretty excited about it, and it's a cool format. It's a different kind of role-playing experience in terms of like you don't have character sheets and like we've had people on staff who've literally like run a game of this while they're like doing their jogging, like with a bunch of people and stuff like that. So it's very like easy and lightweight and flexible. So yeah, that's. Do we have a winner? If you don't,
What do you mean by doing their jogging?
like while jogging?
Like running.
On the
Yeah.
phone or something?
No, like there'll be like 4 or 5 of them. A group of joggers were
A
out jogging,
flock
and
of
he ran the game jogging with them.
Oh.
Yeah. The winner of this copy is Beetaluth.
Yeah! You deserve it! You deserve this!
That's awesome.
Very good. Thank you again so much to everyone who joined us tonight. We really appreciate your time, attention, talent, and support. We're a Saving Throw show. We only get by on the good graces of the things that you contribute here in chat and or to our Patreon or through subbing up to the channel, etc., etc., etc. I will be back in this seat on June 22nd for our Alzheimer's fundraiser.
Yay.
Every year we raise money for Alzheimer's Awareness Day. It's a charity that's near and dear to my heart and many of us here at the channel. So please join us. I haven't decided what game I'm running, but I will definitely be back for that. So you can see Amy.
Yes, I will be in Tom's game.
And we
I'm
may
a
have
morning person.
may have others from the table there as well at some point throughout the course of events. Stay tuned. We always have giveaways and fun stuff like that. But in the meantime, thanks so much for joining us. And until next time, let's dungeon!
You've been on an episode.